go. You know what you're going in there for.
Right.
There isn't any go in there unless there's peek around. No, you're going in. You're going to have sex.
Right. And fried chicken and cheesecake.
And heapings of slaw.
That's right. See? So there it is. You acknowledge the slaw's there.
It just sounds horrible.
My boyfriend and I spotted a couple in their 30s or 40s. She was gorgeous. He looked like Fred Armisen.
Seriously?
Fred Arbanis, the old Kansas City Chiefs tight end.
That's his
he
point.
was missing one eye, but he could still catch the Lenny Dawson passes as long as he threw it on his right side. Throw it on the left, he didn't have a clue where it was.
This is Fred Armisen. You may know him from Saturday Night Live.
Yes, okay.
Portlandia.
He plays Obama. He's the guy who does
Yes.
Obama.
He did, yes.
Okay.
So he was there in the main bar.
And he's missing an eye?
No.
Fred
That was the tight
Arbanis
end.
certainly was.
Where people were mostly clothed. Are you vaccinated? I asked. Yes, they responded.
What if they said no? Would you say, okay, I'm out of here? Do you have any to-go platters for the slaw?
And that's about all the discussion we engaged in with a Colombian couple named Jorge and Isabella. By the way, the names have been changed to protect the privacy.
Good, because we would have known who they were otherwise.
So you just said they're Colombian. His name is Jorge.
Mets and Phillies in action tonight.
Can you call him Bill? Bill and Sue?
Oh, George would be Jorge.
Before we headed to the play area, Trapeze Pricier Diamond Club, where guests enjoy silk sheets, condoms, lube, and chicken and waffles.
Why is there so much food involved?
Hey, Outback Steakhouse got a good salad.
I don't get it. Don't you eat hours before you go to this place?
I mean, the way to handle it, I think, is to not necessarily, engage in a fried chicken dish.
You go in hungry.
And there's certain things you're going to do in there you wouldn't want to be eating.
Right.
You're not going to go in that direction if you've been eating.
Is it possible they do that just to say, hey, we're a restaurant here? There's nothing going on to the authorities. We're a restaurant. Look at the waffles.
We have the delicious chicken and waffles, and check out our slaw.
Otherwise, it makes no sense.
Don't mind the silk sheets and the condoms. We have chicken.
I don't get it.
And a waitress serving you during. Sir,
Don't
more
make
chicken?
that motion with your hip one more time while I'm in this room.
More chicken over here, please. Butter me up, Daddy. Quit playing that.
Billy, Doug, you know Billy Prokita?
I don't know him.
He's the host of the Man Whore podcast.
Oh.
Send me that link, please.
He needs to be a regular on the program. Billy's with us. He's going to talk man whores. He's been to 5 group sex events since May.
Oh, God.
5?
He said his motivations for going to sex club had shifted. Before the pandemic, he went to sex parties with a girlfriend to explore new sexual experiences. Then in May 2021, 4 months after he and his girlfriend broke up, he attended his first sex party, and it felt different, not just because he was alone. Quote, before I started to flirt with people or tried to hook up, I just wanted to go see all my friends and just give them a big hug and be like, hey, how are you? Glad you survived. And then there's a sexual element of it, like, oh, it would be great if somebody wanted to touch me.
Oh.
I had to edit on the fly.
Okay.
Billy Prokita was a little more graphic.
I expect he might have been.
So sex parties, I'm guessing, are different than swingers parties.
Doug, is that
if
correct?
he's allowing single people to go in.
I think the sex parties have fried chicken. The swingers parties do not.
Right.
Well,
I'm more in line with the sex party.
And a swingers party is not going to allow single guys in
go
there
and
either.
Connect with a walrus girl and pick up a couple of whole fryers.
I was half to expect this guy to say that, at first I went just to see what my friends are like. Now I just go for the chicken.
Oh.
It was joyful. We are all right next to each other, and we're barely wearing clothes. And more importantly, we're not wearing masks. And I'm not scared about that because I'm vaccinated. Like, why isn't that the commercial to get vaccinated? Get vaccinated, and then you can go to orgies.
That's not going to work for Fauci.
The chicken might, though.
Why, if you're so worried about getting the COVID, you're not going to sex parties with the chicken, are you?
I think if you have chicken and waffles and slaw, more people will go, and then more people will get vaccinated. This could be a master's thesis building right here in the middle of this presentation.
Okay.
A recent study by the Kinsey Institute and Love Honey.
Love Honey? Now they're putting honey on the chicken or the waffles? Probably the waffles.
Determined that 20% of people were more likely to attend a sex club this year than before the pandemic. Huh. While 55% say they're less interested, and the other 25% have the same level of interest. The study's lead researcher, Justin Laymiller, told me this didn't necessarily mean that sex clubs were going to be less popular post-pandemic. Before the pandemic, he said, the number of Americans who had actually been to a sex club was pretty low. According to one study, just 6.3% of men and 5.2% of women said they had been to a sex party
seems
or
high.
swingers club. Iggy, is that high?
seems like
is
a
that
high.
low? I feel like that's probably right about right.
I think it's right about there.
Yeah. You think it's high, Doug?
I think so.
Jackson, where are you?
I've never heard of anyone who said, "Yeah, I just went to a sex party and the
think that-
chicken was fabulous."
I think it's
I've
right in
never
the
heard
pocket.
that.
I think it's right in the pocket. I think that number's pretty accurate.
Don't say right in the pocket.
I like that.
What's that
Put
mean?
it in the pocket.
But I think
pocket, pocket.
swingers parties would be lower, I think. Only for the
Sex
fact.
clubs higher, swingers party lower.
Yeah, because it seems like sex parties will let more people in, especially single guys. Swingers are not letting single guys in. And swingers parties, for the most part, do not have dinner. They don't have sides of chicken and,
Doug, that's why we're going
I'm
to
not
sex
interested in
parties.
that anymore.
cheesecake. Yes, they'll have the couple in room 6 and 2 slices of cheesecake, please.
Oh
God. Well, that's just not hot to me.
No, it's not.
no! And the guy who did the article said he went with his girlfriend. Why would you go with your girlfriend? Wouldn't that be where you'd go kind of single, is to do something else? If you
Arrangements.
got a girlfriend
Maybe girls
already.
like the girls.
No,
Time
those-
to recruit.
No, they're probably swingers. You're looking for strange.
Don't say
I
strange.
kind of liked it. I thought it was a proper.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly. After months of declines, pending home sales rise for the first time since May of 22. If you're even considering buying a home this year, it's time to get prepared. At the Home Loan Expert, we can answer all of your questions and get you pre-approved the day you call in. And with our new banker broker platform, we have unlimited programs and products for almost everyone. Mortgage interest rates have really dropped. Don't miss out on the home of your dreams. Start the pre-approval process today at thehomeloanexpert.com.
The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326240.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis. You're listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After. We're in the Michelob Ultra Studios. Munganess, St. Louis Acura. Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. Tim McKernan, Kenneth Iggy Strode, Douglas Elvin Vaughn, the Plowhawk Action Jackson with you. Come on in, friends. The water is really warm today. It's comfortable, actually. 314-881-TMA5 is the Engineer Design Facilities text inbox. 636-9004 TMA. The Steve Schmidt Kia North County phone lines and Design Air Heating and Cooling sponsors our email of the day. Buck Swope in command of the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. And as is now becoming a tradition on the show, Doug,
What?
the listeners send in texts right at the very beginning to try to get their text read at the outset of the program. Do you like that tradition?
No. Are they upset about something? What are they upset about now? We haven't even started.
All right. Apropos of nothing, does Doug ever lament the lack of usage of the phrase making whoopee in our modern lexicon? Thanks. I'll hang up and listen. That's from Just Don't Press Push.
I've had thoughts about that. Yeah. And why we can't use
Bobby
it more.
Eubanks used to say it a lot.
Yes, he did.
Newlywed.
Yeah, he was good.
But that's the only time I ever heard the phrase.
One of the great thrills of my broadcasting career was when I was a part of the Variety Club Telethon at Channel 4. And Bob Eubanks was there, and I actually got to use the phrase, "Back to you, Bob Eubanks."
Nice.
That was it. It was one of the highlights of my career.
There's a song, and I can't think of it. It's da-da-da-da-da, I'm making whoopee. That's the end of the song.
Flip that off.
Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da, making whoopee.
That off.
I don't know what song that's from, though.
I don't know the song
I
either.
think that was the Mills Brothers. That was their follow-up to their hit Glower.
I don't think so. That would have been too racy back then.
Harrison's brother Master was locked and loaded at 7:05. I have one final question on Prizegate. No, do you like that? It's called Prizegate.
You know, people not happy that they're not getting their prizes.
Did Jaguar ever receive his tickets to the Golf Expo? I rest
Oh.
my case. Also, I'm opening a new investigation into Ken Strode and his pick 6 losses. A story of a man that doesn't pay his bets. More to come. That's from Harrison's brother. Doug,
Oh.
there are investigations being launched into this show.
Investigate all you want.
Do we have to pay attention to what these people say? I mean, are we held accountable by them?
If they're launching federal investigations, I think we're going to be subpoenaed.
We're not public servants here.
I was elected.
Were you?
Yeah.
I thought we were just a group of schleppers. I don't feel like I've withheld a prize from anyone. I don't have any prizes to give out.
Well, the guy who won lives in Nashville, so he wasn't coming in for the expo.
Could we mail it to him?
I don't know. That's something you.
Yeah, we can mail him to him if he
think
wants to keep him as a prize on his wall. But if we know the guy's out of town, he's not coming in for it. What is the purpose?
Well, maybe he was going to be in town.
Or he could have given them to a friend of the feather.
Right.
Well,
Who is local.
I messed up. It was on me. I messed
wow.
up. I messed up. I've said this before. I messed up on that, and that's on me.
Another thing that Jackson has learned from me is just fall on the sword and put it to bed.
Well, that won't put it to bed. But
It's the truth.
Well, I think what people want more so than me, Doug, or Jackson to fall on the sword is for Pepper and Jeannie to catch hell for 3 hours every day. That's what I've determined.
And
that's
now-
how I'm reading the hand. I haven't seen the cards, but that's my read.
Now it sounds like we're going to have bank auditors poking around in here
Being
while we're on the air. They'll be looking in our notebooks and our live reads.
look, you have no clue what is going on with that. So just shut up, please.
All right, let's see what else was sent in as the listeners tried to get their text read first. Every year there is a can't-miss prospect. Name the guy on the roster that came through the farm that is can't-miss but misses every year. It's from the 314. I think that might have been sent for Balloon Party.
Well, we do have one on our roster.
So this guy, bright and early, is upset with the Cardinals scouting and how they promote their young players. You ever wake up with that thought first thing, 7 o'clock in the morning?
It is the day after a Mo extension, so it is topical.
How happy
I
were you
guess.
about that?
I mean, I said it on Twitter, the most obvious free agent signing the Cardinals have done in 6 years.
I missed your Twitter tweets yesterday. What do we got going on here? How did it go? Did you
I
get
said I wish the fan could take the management to arbitration. But
I have Plowsy's tweet notifications on, so I know every time he tweets.
How
yeah.
did you do that? I don't have any tweet notifications. Let's see. Most obvious free agent signing if the off season.
Of the offseason.
Of the
At that point, it was up an hour. I'm not taking it down or
No,
editing it. It's
let it
there.
stay.
You can't edit it anyway, right?
I know.
Am I right?
That's so annoying.
Can we send him to an arbitration hearing, the Plowhawk?
How much better do you think some new guy could do if he came in? You think every move he'd made would be perfect?
Doug, it was a joke.
Okay.
Which extension surprised you more? Which extension disappointed you more? Two separate questions, although the answer may be the same. John Mozeliak, Eli Drinkwitz.
The Eli one was definitely the more surprising.
I would agree with that.
I mean, Mo does have a track record. Granted, not a lot of deep playoff runs, but division titles. I mean, you're going to playoffs each and every year, so there is bright spots to Mozeliak. I don't see the ones with Drink.
No.
But I'm
One
a
guy
Drink
has
hater,
a long,
so, like-
sustained record of success, and the other guy does not. That's the difference.
I don't like when we summarize things concisely and accurately, for that matter. Let's see. I mean, they're coming in fast and furious. I mean, real fast and furious here. Doug, I guess this is just a potpourri day.
Okay.
Happy Valentine's Day, Doug. Kissy kissy. From the
Is
total
that leggy
package.
blonde? No.
Total package could be a leggy blonde. Plowsy rules, you go, boy. That was 708. Eric in the Central West End. Happy Valentine's Day, Doug. Let's see. Brian Henshin covers the Colts. He says, wow, great story. Thanks for interrupting Doug to tug that yarn wrinkles. Sup, Plow. That's from Brian Henshin. He's with the Indianapolis Star.
What
Has
story
Iggy-
have I told?
Has Iggy even talked
I
yet?
haven't told a
I
story
don't know that
this
you
morning.
spun a yarn yet.
I don't remember a sketch or a bit being.
No.
Did Jackson use the Golf Expo tickets? That's from the Hunchback of Von Castle.
Oh, no.
He's one of the auditors, I think.
Oh.
I did not.
I'd be surprised if he did. Did anybody on the day's go to the Golf Expo?
You know
I
what
did
I
not.
did? I let
No.
4
You did?
No.
What?
No, I let 4 tickets go to waste. But I'm planning on going on Sunday.
I should have gone. I need a new wedge.
Yeah, sounds like something would have been fun to go to had it been convenient.
Yeah, I need a 56 degree, and that probably would have been the spot to.
Me too, Plowhawk.
No, it's a tough one.
We used to-
It's tough.
We used to do fairways and greens from there every year, do a live broadcast. And unless and I think you can pay to get like early bird, get in early. Because if you get there late and you miss like 3 hours, I mean, the pickings are slim.
Clubs are picked over.
Those are them.
Yeah, a lot of the good stuff, and you're looking at Patty Berg wedges.
Patty Bird.
What's the?
She played in the 50s.
I know, they're in there.
What's the swag bag sitch there? Like, obviously, I know, like, I've been to a lot of conventions. They give you some sort of goodie bag, and I say goodie lightly. I'm sure it's like a...
There's usually whoever the sponsor is. Say, back in the day, if it would be Golf Discount, there'd be a towel in there, maybe a divot tool, maybe one ball.
I figured a sleeve of second-rate balls, a couple divot tools, which I love little swag bags.
How many divot tools does a gentleman need?
I think you need at least a couple in the bag. One for sure in your pocket.
When you're throwing darts like Plowhawk, you need a couple.
Yeah.
No, I got a couple because mine are coming in so spicy.
I like that. Beer Cats, listener of the month, sponsored by Milagro Tequila for the month of January. Who is going to win in February? You can sign up by going to tmastl.com. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. Beer Cats writes in, can we get right to Iggy's fascination with lying about getting peed on? Swope posted the audio after I requested it yesterday. Post is on Fanplur. Okay. What do we got going on?
I saw that right before the show this morning.
What do we got going on?
Buck Swope made an audio postcard where he claims two different stories of Iggy getting peed on, I've been told.
Oh, I heard that was coming.
Well, I did get peed on twice.
Was this because you
That
got
answers the
stung by a
question.
jellyfish?
No, I never got peed on. I got peed on by the boyfriend of the girl I banged and hid under the tree. Then when I was in my early teens, I got peed on at Halloween.
Who did this to you?
So that's...
We were
that,
egging some people, and we ran onto a porch and hid. And the guy just went around the corner and started peeing, and I was standing right there.
Well, welcome to PP Talk.
yeah, so that's...
So
that's
what's your question?
right, exactly. I think Swope thinks that you, or Swope or Beer Cats thought you were telling the same story with two different narratives.
Oh, Jesus Christ. These people have no lives.
Do we have an audio post?
It was just clean.
Yeah.
Nobody'd really done
There it is.
any dirty business.
That wasn't me.
It's pretty unlucky to be hiding in a yard twice and people pee on you just right out of the blue.
Well, it is, but what do you want me to do?
It's like 2 one-outers hitting in the same tournament.
Yeah, I'm making up stories. I wake up in the morning and I'm getting dressed. I think I can tell a pee story today. Let me lie about a pee story.
Oh,
That'll
no.
be great. My God.
So you're pretty unhappy with the listeners already.
No, I just don't care. But I mean, why go through all that trouble?
Creating an audio postcard?
Oh, Jackson said he posted audio.
Well, this is
So, Jackson, do you have the audio?
It's on the fan page, Plowhawk, if you can...
Can you just play it straight from the fan pen?
Yeah, Plaza should be able to.
I don't know if I know my Facebook login.
Ah. This might prove to be difficult then.
Yeah.
I can go cut it in the other room.
All right.
I'll be right back.
So, Doug, we're going to go have an audio postcard.
Wait. Got it.
Hold on a
Maybe
second.
he's
Breaking
got it.
news. This just came across my desk.
I remembered my password from when I was 17 or 18.
All right.
All right, we're looking for something, aren't we?
You started Facebook as a high school kid. Do high school kids today have
guess-
Facebook pages? They don't, do they?
Actually, it was junior year in college. So I have MySpace my 2 years of junior college. But when I came to Edwardsville, that was when I created a Facebook.
I would guess you scroll down until you see like something with 9 paragraphs, and then it'll be swope.
I think I have it. So you want to play 3.5 minutes? Is that,
Doug, it's
Sal?
3.5 minutes of
That
golden
told-
shower regalia.
What time was this posted?
This is posted 8 hours ago, so this is a solid 6 o'clock in the hour.
No. 11.
11 o'clock at night,
Man, I
posting
lit 'em
audio
up.
about something I told the story about.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we
What-
could start it,
why
and
did
if
he
it
do that?
sounds interesting.
What made him decide to do that?
A lot of things. This 10-minute reaction that we're having and then replaying it is definitely one of the reasons. And we're going to play it.
Can't wait.
Oh.
It's supposed to be playing. Oh, no audio.
We were terrorizing these older kids.
Nice of him.
Yeah, we were. Well, we weren't terrorizing, but we were.
You just said you were terrorizing. You made
All
a
right.
declarative statement right
All right,
there.
let me change it. We were like throwing stuff at them.
Okay.
Some pictures
And-
on this video.
They chased us, and I went running around a corner and I hid like under a bush.
Did you?
And I thought he caught me because he came like right by me. I could see his feet, and he was bigger than me.
Big kid, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was almost ready to stand up and say, "I'm sorry, we were just kidding," because I thought he caught me, and he didn't. He stopped, and he took a whiz in the tree all over me.
Aha! He did see you.
No, he didn't
Golden
see
shower,
me. He
bro.
just,
I bet he saw
he
you.
just
The cat has
stopped.
a
He
question.
stopped to take a pee, and I was under the bush, and he went all over me.
I'm just trying to get a visual. So you said it was a bush, then it was a tree.
But you just pick at everything, don't you?
I was just trying
Just
to
like the
figure it
palm
out.
tree when I said ferns.
And you just had to sit there and take it?
Well, I wasn't going to jump up and say, "Hey, stop," and then I would have gotten my ass kicked.
Well, you're not going to take someone else's urine.
This is a big raw bone kid.
That getting punched in the face, so I just had to sit there and take it.
I just didn't know if it was like if it's a tree where he could have seen you, or if it's a big
Well,
shrub.
if
and he's
it
going
was a
through
tree,
the-
he would have seen me.
And you
How
were
about
getting
palm
shrapnel sitting there?
How old was this kid? How old was this big raw bone fellow?
I don't know. I don't remember the ages of us. And this is a true story.
Water sports.
The closest I ever came to getting caught, and it wasn't a married lady, but it was a girl who had a
You sound
boyfriend.
like an alien.
Great audio.
And went back to her house. I think she lived right off of Weidman Road, off of Manchester.
Oh, yeah,
Kind of-
Baldwin?
Yeah, kind of a haul. But she says, yeah, you can come over, but my boyfriend's at the bars. They're probably going to be back about 1 or so got to... I said, that's only 10 o'clock. Well, we hadn't even started really anything. We were like half naked, but we didn't do anything yet. And it's only like 11 o'clock, and she hears a car pulling up.
Oh, no.
She goes, oh, my God, he's home. Hurry, get out the back door. So as I throw my shirt on and my shoes and everything, I run out the back door, and I see them coming around the corner. Instead of going in the front, they're going to come in the back.
They? You mean him?
Yeah, it was him and a couple people.
Oh, no.
And there's like a big evergreen tree in the back. So, I no way I can go. I hid under the evergreen tree, hoping he can't see me.
Right.
And this is a true story. For some reason, instead of going inside, one of the guys he was with stopped and started taking a pee right at the evergreen tree, right where I was. This guy's peeing all over me.
No, and he didn't see you?
No, I was like in between it was dark outside, but I said, "Oh, did he see me?" And I'm ready to say, "Sorry, guys, I was just," and he just started peeing, and I'm, "Oh no!" I left. I had pee all over me. I didn't get caught, but God.
Oh, for heaven's sakes!
There it is.
Doug, that is an audio
There's all right.
postcard.
What was the point of that? When I
Couple
just
of nice
told you the
stories.
2 things I did, and he just played 3.5 minutes of what I just said. And what was the point of the post?
Doug, what was the point?
I
Why'd you
don't
post
know.
that?
I don't know. To document the times you've been peed on. Well, innocently sitting
So
under a
nobody
tree.
could ever be peed on twice. That's lying. Can't happen.
But you say it happened just that way.
First one is like I was maybe 15, 14, so 50 years ago. I'm trying to remember a story, but that's the gist of it. Congratulations, Swope.
I thought they were nice little
That's
stories.
audio. You spend some time with your family at 11 o'clock instead of digging this up.
I have a feeling this is remember when we would turn Pete on in the back and sometimes it sounded like a Sibian robot? Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, it
And I-
sounded like the Terminator was like coming out of the microphone. I think that's when Iggy
yeah.
was also using that booth.
Then I asked Gino, who's often brought up, I said,
real.
how do we fix this? And he presses one button and it fixed it completely. It was just one button is all it needed to be
I
done.
remember sometimes turning Pete on and that feedback, man, it would sound like we were just starting in radio. Like we're the first ever to do live radio.
Good morning. I am always impressed when a minimum wage, uncut Grampy admonishes the very audience that pays his $12 an hour, quote-unquote, producing job for listening to the show that provides him a platform to spin the yarns he spins on a daily basis. Sorry for paying your salary and listening to your lies. That's from Nathan from the east side of Alton.
Oh,
So let me ask you something, Nathan. I can
Okay.
sit here for 3 hours and be admonished by all of you people, but then if I give it back, that's my problem. I shouldn't be doing that. Dick.
ah, gosh. Oh,
Seriously.
oh. Boy, you let him have it there.
Man, I felt that.
Tell that thirsty bitch Beercats to keep his yap shut. That was worse than all of Iggy's made-up stories. That's from the Slippery Turtle.
Which story?
I guess the audio postcard. But that was Buck Swope's work, was it not?
Yeah.
I mean, we call it work, but no one asked for it.
What was his
So it's
reasoning
more or
for
less
that?
a hobby.
Can you read the beginning of the post? Not the audio, but what did he say why he posted it? Does it say on his post why he decided to go after it?
It does.
What does it say?
I'm posting this audio at the request of Beer Cats, who pointed out that
There you
Iggy
go.
has told two completely different stories involving getting peed on while hiding in a bush/tree.
Okay.
One where he was a child in Halloween, and another while he was an adult trying to avoid the boyfriend of the woman he was in the process of banging.
Yeah.
Beer Cats thinks Iggy has to be making one or both of these stories up. I'm just trying to wrap my head around whether the chances of getting peed on while hiding are greater or less than the chance of getting struck by lightning.
I don't like this alignment that Buck Swope and Bearcats have.
You think it's a dangerous force?
I think
You think it's an axis of evil?
You got one who's going to be really trying hard, and you got another one finding everything in the investigative process.
It's like when Katie joined the Warriors.
Yeah, yeah, it really is. It's like you're already joining a dominant team.
Does Buck Swope have every minute of this show?
Yeah, it's pretty sad. Actually.
From what he told me, that he records every. He does more
and can
than
get
just
right to it whenever you mention the story, and he can go right there and have it.
Keyword and probably huge. I would assume that he has everything documented to keyword. So if it's Iggy P story, maybe Iggy P or something like that.
Why would a gentleman do that?
He needs it for Swope Picks, which isn't even played anymore.
Well, he kind of got written off the script there by management.
I mean, did you guys
They
remember?
tried to make him pay. I forgot which one.
Did you guys remember both those stories?
I did not.
No.
To be transparent.
No.
I just remember the jellyfish peeing one.
Well, I remember them because they happened.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you did. But
I don't think about them.
For listeners to remember stories you might have told 5 years ago or so.
You're on a streak of every 20 years getting peed on because you did the jellyfish thing, right?
Yeah,
So
you're due.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a while. Yeah, you are due for a pee story.
Well,
Keisha Gray's in the studio.
Oh, maybe I'll...
You don't find yourself running under a lot of trees nowadays, right?
No.
Doesn't come up that often.
No. And I'm not having a lot of sex, so.
Oh.
And I'm not throwing eggs at older guys at Halloween, so.
That's a bad idea.
Good idea is contacting the appliance discounters for their President's Day clearance sale all month at appliance discounters. They have an 80,000 square foot warehouse filled with appliances, and they need all to go. Huge savings on all brands, including GE, Bosch, LG, Samsung, Frigidaire, and Thermador. Huge savings, huge cash rebates, 12 months interest-free financing. Check this deal out. Buy a Thermador range, and you get the dishwasher for free. Add a refrigerator, and you get free ventilation. That's right, free appliances. Hurry in or shop online at theappliancediscounters.com. Appliance Discounters, your hometown appliance source, featuring major brands like GE. The Appliance Discounter sponsor of our 8 o'clock hour on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Munganess, the sponsor of our 7 o'clock hour. StLouisAcura.com and AltonToyota.com. I was communicating with the great Jamie Burkhardt yesterday, and I know he had to leave. He's on assignment.
Yeah, Minneapolis called. They wanted to do something.
But Jamie Burkhardt really is fired up about this Iggy music weekend thing that he wants to do.
Is he?
Yeah. He's really excited about it. He's bullish on it, is what
Really?
it is. Yeah.
Well, good for him.
So when Ken returns from his assignment from the corporate headquarters, we'll see where things stand with that. If you want to talk with Jamie Burkhardt, Clayton Patterson, Peter Munganest, anybody directly, call, text. Here's the secret number, 314-252-0029, 314-252-0029. You can go shopping right now by going to stlouisacura.com or altontoyota.com. And on top of that, if you need to get your car serviced, need to get your car repaired, they service all makes and models regardless of whether or not you bought from them. It's Munganess, stlouisacura.com, and altontoyota.com, the sponsor of our 7 o'clock hour and the Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Doug, I said Ryan Kelly because he's our title sponsor, and he's online at thehomeloanexpert.com.
He certainly is.
brother.
What a fabulous sponsor to have. Ryan Kelly, not just a great guy, but he's also helping people buy the homes. A lot of people are thinking right now, I don't know, is it a good time to buy? The answer to that is yes. After months of decline, pending home sales have increased for the first time since May of 2022. Even if you're just considering purchasing a new home, get yourself pre-approved now from the Home Loan Expert. Oftentimes, it's the day you call in. They don't play around at the Home Loan Expert. With the Home Loan Expert's new banker broker platform, they have unlimited programs and products from almost everywhere. Mortgage interest rates have really dropped. Don't miss out on the home of your dreams. Start the pre-approval process today at thehomeloanexpert.com. Let Ryan Kelly and his fabulous team help you through the entire process. You'll be glad you chose them. Thank you, Ryan Kelly. Thank you so much, Sir Mortgage.
Title sponsor, the Home Loan Expert.com. Hey, Swope, let's drop off the kids at school, meet at Clover for a cold brew and some quiche, and discuss the show, then go back to my house and DP my wife role-playing as one of us is Tim and one of us is Wellington, a nice little Valentine's I call anal. Doug, that's from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville and Webster Groves laying out his game plan.
Happy V-Day to him and his significant other.
I feel so bad
No,
for his
no, not
wife.
yet. Not yet.
What if she heard that?
Well, she
You
did.
think she listens?
No, well, God, I hope not.
I met her and Mark Milton and the recovering alcoholic and recovering alcoholic's wife. I met at U of I tailgate before a football game.
ILL.
Really?
Oh yeah, I had a
They're in
great
Champaign?
time. Champagne, lovely setup Mark Milton has. And I came up to her and I said, "Hey, sorry about the show." She goes, "Oh no, I love it."
Oh,
But my next question should have been, do you listen to
have
the
you
show?
ever heard it? Maybe you wouldn't love it so much.
Well, that'd be a fun afternoon. Those Swoops. His idea of foreplay would be a breakdown of segment 2 from 1998.
I think
Going
our
back
week-
to Buck Swope now.
I think our weekends on
I
this
didn't bring him up. The alcoholic brought him up.
I think Buck Slope starts it off on the weekends, 7 a.m. to noon. Heavy hitters, breaks down, parts of the show that he, had questions about. Then Iggy comes in at noon, rolls out his noon to 4 music extravaganza. And I pop in here at 4 to 5. Me and him do a P&G.
Look at this.
Oh,
There's your little
quite a little
Saturday.
day of broadcasting.
Iggy, I was saying while telling our audience about the great people at Munganess that I was emailing with Jamie Burkhardt yesterday, and he is really excited about your music show on the weekends. He really wants to see that happen. Where are you on it?
Yeah, he texted me and showed me a screenshot of the email he sent to you and Barb. Said
Barb is one of the salespeople.
She's fantastic.
And she is
She
outstanding.
is.
She is awesome.
And he said, "I'm interested." I said, "Just keep me posted. I'm in."
And so what would this show be?
It could be 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever. I just come in and just play music and tell some stories about the music and the album, maybe the artist. Talk about some concerts.
And this would be on a Saturday?
Yeah, every
You'd
once in a
probably
while.
have to run your own board.
Every once in a while.
Every once in a while, I do it. No, every once in a while, maybe get a guest. Like when I had Ellen Foley or Mark Farner or whatever.
I'd be in here running the board, Doug. I would not let...
So you would come in on Saturday as well. Boy, Doug, how about this initiative from Pepper and Jeannie?
Look, I did the 11 to midnight changing station on
we'd
Friday
have-
night. I'm dedicated to the
We'd have
craft,
fun,
boys.
though. We'd have fun, though. And
Oh, hell yeah, we would.
Or maybe Pepper and Jeannie ought to just be your musical show.
Wow,
For 15 or
Bill,
20
Bill,
minutes.
Bill.
I don't want
Pepper
to
and Jeannie's
step on...
done.
Then you don't have to come in on a Sattersbin.
Pepper and Jeannie's done.
Ah!
Well, it is until
wouldn't
they
go
get some
that far.
sponsors. There's no.
Just a couple of really
Well,
hit
it's done
tunes.
for now.
Well, yeah, no, I agree. Not done permanently, but I wouldn't impose on the music show to do an extended P&G. Now, we
Maybe.
could have some back and forth fodder.
Maybe be
Oh.
a TRL type thing. Maybe I'll take.
Tony La Russa?
Maybe I'll take some
Will you
requests.
become Carson Daly?
Yeah, take some requests. Maybe. Maybe be like Casey Kasem.
Oh, my God. that
Not
bites
gonna
hot.
do a request to a dead cat with upbeat music.
What?
Is that an impression?
No, never heard that. I guess they had a hot mic going when his producer and he tapes all that stuff, and he had a request from a girl whose cat died, and he's gonna play it with Wham. Wake me up before you go. He goes, not gonna play upbeat music for a dead cat.
Oh,
He just starts screaming, man. That little 5'2".
He was married to Jean. She was a
She was
tall
like
blonde.
7'4".
really?
Morning, guys. No big deal on not sending the Golf Expo tickets. I told my brother he could have. I could tell Jackson felt genuinely bad when he said, "Yo, Rick was off the chain and Rick was off the chain, inhaling nose beers and strutting around in my old gold water diaper."
Oh,
I knew I missed something. You guys can make up for it by having Gangster Pete sending me the Your Choice of TMA swag I never received, or Iggy and Rockio send the autographed Chris Santilli book that got misplaced somewhere between Iggy handing it to Rockio and Rockio giving it back to Iggy, saying it's not his job to do Iggy's responsibilities. Thanks. That comes from me quitting and Bush overthrew the Cuban government one time, and then Castro pissed on me.
oh.
It's funny. Well, that's how it happened. I mean, back in the day,
The Castro thing?
no. Back in the day, Rock was in charge of sending things out. He ran the board, and he went downstairs and to Death Valley, and he would send stuff out.
Death Valley?
Well, there was nobody down there.
Well, didn't he also read hostage notes? Or like, the green is included in the putting green?
He handled the client that none of us were comfortable endorsing.
So sick.
And he handled the Dotem of 2021.
Man, I missed it.
In which we were auctioned off, and it didn't necessarily play well.
No.
I think my favorite part of that was somebody auctioned for Jackson, and then Jackson, kind of big guy, introduced him. Hey, I'm Jackson. He goes, who the hell are you?
Right.
Correct.
Is that
Had no
how it
idea what
went?
they
Am
had
I-
done.
Okay.
Correct. And then they proceeded to tell me that they did not pay for me.
Yeah.
That's
Despite
even
previous
better,
reportings.
actually.
At least that's not embarrassing or anything.
No, it was cool. It was very cool. It was humbling.
Well, what you really the model is what they did is wait for the two most popular people on the show, Doug and Tim. Wait till the last day to auction them off and start the bidding at $5,000.
I think the bidding did start at like 1,000.
It started pretty high.
I had my moment like that when we had some sponsor that was a sandwich shop or something. And they came in.
Oh, my
They came in and gave us sandwiches, and they said, "Look on the menu, we're going to have the Doug and the Tim and the Plowsy, and look, the Doug Vaughn is ham and cheese." I said, "Okay." So a week or two later, I went in there. I said, "I'll have the Doug Vaughn." The guy looked at me and said, "What the hell are you talking about?"
I remember this place. I
Never
won't reveal
mind.
the name. I don't know if we can, but yes, and that place was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll tell you the name off air. Or do you know?
I don't know.
Okay,
the name,
you're
no.
going to be excited when you hear.
Well, when you name drinks after them, special drinks, and you go up and order one, I said, what is that? I don't know what Iggy
Yeah.
nipple is.
Yeah, I just turned weird, put my tail between my legs and walked out. Sorry.
For a $5,000 opening bid, I would expect tag teaming the listener's wife was included in Doug and Tim's price. Thanks. That's from Uncle Cucker. Let's see. Tim, could you please post the odds that this Iggy music show will actually happen? That's from Starfish Street. Well, there's a sponsor behind it in Munganast. Iggy's legitimately interested in doing it.
How will you get the music? Can you just borrow it from one of the other stations? Is that legal?
Either that or I think we just play it from Spotify. I mean, I'm sure we have a license for all the stations here to play music. We can on YouTube. But I'm sure, being part of Hubbard, that we can play music whenever we want. I mean, that would just be a decision from Tommy. But whether we have access to everybody's files or not, we just play it off of Spotify. I mean, that's not a tough thing to find out.
Oh, okay.
KG in O-Town is skeptical. Doug, you know KG in O-Town. He was in here on Thursday and Friday.
He could probably do it himself. He could probably get it done.
He says, we've seen this movie before. The music show goes for a few months. Iggy spills coffee on the board a couple times, realizes he'd rather follow Lane Narrows around their Monroe County circuit and gives it up. Stop me if you've heard it before. That's from KG in O-Town.
Not very friendly.
I don't think we've heard it before.
I think it'll be a
I think
hit.
you're making fun of Lane Narrows, calling him a Monroe County. Wait till I tell your girl Learn.
Uh-oh. Doug, this is like the schoolyard.
He's next door doing the Riz show.
What is Monroe?
Who
County?
is?
Yeah,
Learn.
Learn. Yeah.
Oh, Learn is.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't listen to
If
this.
KG in O-Town was getting involved
What
in
a
the Riz show,
development.
you're like, oh, wow.
You would notice that.
Well, I mean, I talked to Riz about having him do social media for their show, too, and then to help advance the idea of getting him in the building sooner.
He will
He
be
was interesting.
here on Friday as well.
KG in
Really?
O-Town will be?
Yeah.
Doing what?
Who's out? Somebody out?
I took a
yeah?
requested the 17th off.
Oh,
Just
nice.
doing a
Good for
nice
you.
birthday hike with Madison and the dogs.
A hike.
Plus.
Yeah,
Where
that's
you
what she
hiking?
wanted to. It's on my calendar. I forgot exactly where.
You just start walking?
Yeah, Doug, that's what a hike is. It's on a trail,
What
but yeah,
Podunk County are you going to this time?
I don't know. Maybe Garden of the Gods.
Gonna be
Garden
cold.
of the Gods.
Oh,
It'll be
yeah,
cold.
it's gonna be a
yeah.
cold day
It'll
on
be about
Friday.
39, and
Yeah.
I'm correct on that, 40, which isn't terrible for walking. I wish it would today.
Well, a lot of rain in the forecast.
Yeah,
The
that's
Hawk is going to be up this afternoon, Doug. Holy crap.
Wind advisory.
Yeah, there's a wind advisory. The Hawk is up in
Yeah.
the Midwest today. On Friday, I do expect cold temperatures. Iggy, I'm seeing a low of 23 on Friday, even though we got a high of 61 tomorrow. Is that what you're seeing, or are you seeing something different?
Yeah, I'm 60 today. Then a cold front moves
So
in.
you got to
for
go into
a couple
60, because I see 55 on my phone. You're saying it's going to get
close
to 60?
60. Close to 60.
Wow.
58. Depending on that wind, if it doesn't switch.
Would have been nice to have a heads up on this rain coming in.
Well, I'm telling you right now. How much heads up do you need?
No, a couple of days.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm giving you a
that's
couple
right now.
days. Today's Tuesday, and it's coming Friday, so there you go.
It's
The
coming
rain's coming
today.
Friday?
There's 3 days.
Coming today.
Well, yeah, the cold rain.
Yeah.
It may rain today, but it's going to be like 58 degrees.
That's what I wanted the heads up today, though.
All right, well, look outside.
There you go. Now you have your heads up.
Well, it's not raining now.
Well, it will. Look at the clouds. What do you think those are?
Think about it, Doug.
Cumulus nimbi?
I don't think that's a type of cloud.
That's what I call them.
Did the Dogs start their season already? Did they play yesterday?
I think we would be aware
I
of
don't
that.
think so. I thought March 4th was their first game.
Okay.
Well, that's their first home game. The pink and the yellow take the field on the 4th.
Okay. I saw that they were tweeting out, game updates. I guess preseason. I didn't know when preseason.
We got a friendly tomorrow against New York FC.
Now,
Doug, how do you handicap that friendly?
I don't know.
Can you explain a friendly?
Practice
It's
game?
Exhibition. Preseason, essentially.
That's, well, the English called it friendly, so now we call it friendly. Why don't you just say an exhibition?
I like exhibition better.
Yeah, well, we're Americans. Just talk like an American.
Okay.
It's a
This
friendly.
soccer thing can be so
It's a
fun.
friendly on the
I'm
pitch.
so jacked up for it.
First game of the season is the 25th.
Oh, damn. What's coming up?
Yep, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
Pink and yellow, pink and yellow.
Pink and yellow, pink and
No,
yellow.
I was in a store the other day and saw a bunch of their jerseys. There's no yellow on there.
Jackson, you said there's a streak of yellow.
I thought it was right on the
No.
sleeve, like right at the end of the
I
sleeve.
didn't see any yellow at all. It's
Thank
pink and like navy
City
blue.
Kits.
If I
Doug
had
has
a-
typed in STL City Kits.
At the bottom is all yellow and
it
the
is
sleeve.
yellow. Doug, it
Where?
is.
The bottom and the sleeve.
If I had a kid, I could tell you.
Oh,
Wait, here it is. You see the yellow?
bro, they're 165.
Barely.
Am I reading
It's mostly
that correct?
blue. It's pink and blue.
Yeah, but there's a yellow piping and at the bottom.
Am I reading that price correctly? Are these signed by the team?
And on the side, there's a yellow too with the pink.
Okay,
You see
one
the
little
pink
stripe.
and the yellow.
There's different prices for replicas and authentic jerseys, Plow.
I see this kit is for $70.
Yeah.
Is that a boys kit though?
It is a boys kit.
Yeah,
Boys
the,
kit.
It says
Must
the
be
title
unique
of the
also.
color is Power Pink and Night Indigo.
Come on. And they immediately start in the
least they're
double
hitting
XL.
it.
I love how
Power pink.
I clicked on the authentic jersey and it starts at the 2X. They know this market.
That's where they start. That's the smallest you can get is
No,
a
I'm
double
saying
extra
that's where-
large.
That's where like the icon starts.
I think if you were to chronologically, that isn't the right word, but if you were to rank the BMI of Cardinals games, Blues games, and STL City games, the Dogs, I think the Dogs will have the leanest BMI.
Probably because
Oh,
it's
yeah.
got the youngest crowd.
There you go.
And the Cardinals will never. I mean, they'll never be beat. That
Cardinals
It's going
will
to be
always be
tough.
tough.
With those helmet nachos. It's going to be tough to keep us beefed up.
I will tell you, I bought a Jamaican soccer jersey
Will you tell us that?
in Jamaica for $38.
and it looks
How is
sweet.
it?
It looks nice.
Yeah. Green.
$168. Yeah, green, yellow, some black.
Man, the pullover sweaters. This warm. Oh my God, it's like a warm up shirt.
How much?
$130.
Oh.
Come on.
Well, everything costs about twice what it used to, but 5 years ago, it seems.
I mean, the jerseys don't look bad though. Just admit they're pink, but they
Power
are.
pink and night indigo.
Well, the dog should know what my favorite color is.
Is there really
Write that
going to be a
down.
dog along the sideline?
They should be.
Because Prairie is one of their big sponsors.
Yep. Like to see it.
Isn't Purina right on the front of it?
Yeah, shirt sponsor.
What were the colors of the shirts I was wearing in Jamaica mostly?
Pink.
A lot of pink.
Now, what were you getting to with that?
Pardon me?
What are you getting at with that? You said, what are the colors of shirts I was wearing in
I'm
Jamaica?
still looking for a kit.
Oh, I see the scarves.
There aren't many
on sale.
dudes in this city that would rock the pink.
I would throw it on.
You're gonna see plenty of
Rock
them
the
at the
pink
store.
jersey or the pink shirts you were wearing?
The pink jersey. My shirts cost more than that.
I don't know that they do.
Damn,
These
$1.50?
jerseys are $100 or so.
that's the most humble sentence.
Guys, soccer guys are chunky. They're big craft beer guys. That's from the Hunchback of Von Castle. I'm gonna stand by my ranking.
Yeah.
Oh, you're 100% accurate.
I feel very comfortable with it. It's gonna be a young, energetic crowd. That's what I think. I think it'll be a great thing.
Well, there'll be some Huskies in there, though.
Well, yeah.
Oh, have you seen the food that's going to be served there?
No.
It looks tremendous, actually.
Oh,
think
local
a
places.
lot of they really hit it up with the local establishments being involved in a part of the concessions, and
That's good.
Enterprise
I like
does
that
that
a
too,
lot.
though.
they just started doing that, which I am
They
appreciative.
got chicken
of.
out in there. Tasty.
Oh,
They
did the
got Shake
Cardinals
Shack
do
in there,
that?
too.
Did the Cardinals get a lot of the products?
They do a couple of the cones. They have Cones Deli. It's where you get the pastrami dog.
Anheuser-Busch would be a local product.
Stephen Wildwood says it's hilarious that at the shop they call the fat people clothes, quote, extended sizes. Is that
Oh.
what they call them now?
That's being too nice.
They call them big and tall.
Used to.
Extended sizes.
Yeah.
At Macy's, they call them the big and tall shop.
Mm-hmm.
Cool
They used to
story,
say
Boots.
portly.
Wipe your ass with that Jamaica sock jersey. I don't know what that means. That's from the O'Fallon Man Oyster. I want a kit just to clean my seat off of that skank Rick's lower back. That's a recovering alcoholic
come
who's
on.
having a huge 7
He's not
o'clock
having
hour.
that good an hour.
I need to stay away from my lower back.
How much is an authentic football jersey or an inauthentic hockey sweater? Thanks. That's from General Horseplay.
Yeah, but
Expensive.
those are professional leagues.
The STL City kits are absolutely hideous. That's from Eric in the Central West End. Tim thinks the Cardinal jerseys are white and brown because of the bat. Don't know what that means. I don't know about yellow piping, but I'd be interested in piping Doug. That's from David St. Peter.
Brian, that one didn't come in earlier. If I'd...
It wasn't a nice little story. I just said I bought a jersey in Jamaica.
In the NFL,
And it was
each team...
$38, not $168.
Why so cheap? Was it authentic?
Most of those shops in there are cheap. And you can barter, too, with Jamaicans. You should always barter. If you buy something that says $38, I'll give you $25 for it.
So what did this cost originally?
I didn't do any barter.
You didn't barter. You just said you should always barter.
You should, but I didn't. I didn't have time. I was shopping for Carly, and I just got the two things, and the cab driver was...
What'd you pick up for Carly?
She needed...
They called it simping in Jamaica.
she wanted a shirt. No.
Any ladies need anything? I'm in shops.
She's a friend, and she asked me, and I said, I'll take care of it for you.
Did you ever shop for ugly guys as opposed to just cute girls?
Just random.
I've never had ugly guys ask me to go buy them a shirt.
Oh, well, they probably would enjoy that, though.
So I passed up golf to go shopping, and had a nice little cab driver who I actually showed her a picture of what I was looking for, and she got on the phone and made a phone call to this shop in town. She goes, I think I found it. So we went in town, went to the shop, and she goes, he was looking for that shirt. Show her. And I said, oh, right back here. Grabbed it. I was walking out. I said, oh, I think I'm going to have a Jamaican soccer jersey, too. Took that, left, paid, and left.
Tell you what, I made some wings for the Super Bowl out of that Jamaican jerk
Oh,
sauce.
yeah. How was it, Plowhawk?
Fire.
Doug!
Don't go. Don't do that.
That jerk sauce was crazy, though.
It's crazy good, yes.
Why do we hear names on the show and never know who these people are? Who is Barb? Who is Carly? 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 That's from Sesame Timber.
Well, maybe we don't need for you to know.
Doug, that's the
But
best
there's an audience
broadcasting.
out there that would kind of like to know if you're going to tell the story. They need to have some idea who the people are.
Carly works here. She does a lot of our voice stuff, production
She did the
work.
Pepper and Genie Open, right?
She did.
Did
she
she?
does a lot of WIL and art stuff. So
And Barb is one of the salespeople on the 101 ESPN / TMA sales team.
Okay.
She does a hell of a job.
there you go. Now, yeah, you're all caught up.
Well, don't be
Everybody's
mad at them.
briefed.
They just want in on the story as
Well,
well.
if I really want them to know who Carly was, why do they care? I had to go buy a shirt for her.
But your
Who's this
story,
Carly? We want to know who you bought the shirt for.
your story included, I wanted to buy something for Carly. So a lot of people are saying, "Who's Carly?"
Well, if I wanted you to know who Carly is, I would have said. The guy asked, so I'll tell you. But I don't really care if you know who Carly is or not.
Oh,
It's not part of the. It's not really a big part of the story.
And it was a couple minutes before that.
I'll change it. Some girl wanted me to buy her a shirt.
Nice.
How about that?
I
Sweet.
like that.
Nice score.
I like the soccer guy, and it's going to be a great dynamic arguing with soccer guy here in the next 6 to 8 months. But
You want a piece of Mozelak's extension, Drinkwitz extension, and soccer guy.
I don't know if I want a piece of anything. But comparing like the price of a MLS jersey per se, soccer jersey in general, to hockey or the NFL, those are established leagues. Each team's worth, multiple billions of dollars.
yeah.
Now, I mean, you could combine every MLS team and stadium they play in, and it wouldn't be the amount that the Cowboys are worth. So I hope soccer guy doesn't try to compare and contrast sports, professional sports to soccer. I know they will. I just would tread lightly on that one.
Oh. Well, not any other sport can measure up to the NFL, I suppose. In terms
I'm just
of
saying in
net
general,
worth.
the top 4 major sports, of course, their gear is going to be, expensive because they cornered that particular market. If you
Good
want
morning. I can't wait for the away kit reveal. I intend to wear it to university.
Oh, stop
I
that!
think it's anthracite.
It's got to be white, right?
I think it is gray. No, I'm not kidding. I think it is like a gray.
They don't have a white jersey?
I'd be surprised if it wasn't white with pink short.
Oh no.
Oh, I like that Jackson said pink shirt.
I don't care for it.
So that hasn't been revealed yet?
I don't think so. I think it's just a home.
I just typed in STL City away kit and I see gray.
Yeah, they
I
teased
see
it.
gray and I see black.
They teased it.
Oh yeah, that's kind of. I actually kind of like that.
Black would be nice. With
You
a
think
pink,
it's black.
Pink,
It's dark indigo.
pink Purina on there.
No, this one looks. This gray one I'm looking at looks kind of sweet. It's like sweatpant gray.
Oh, you like sweatpant gray?
Well, not especially.
Let
no.
me show you. See it? So it's gray,
Okay.
and then a lighter gray on the sleeves, and then you have the pink and blue logo on the left breast of the man.
So their colors are pink and navy blue and yellow and gray.
On the away kit, no yellow.
Okay.
But this will change year to year.
It might change week to week.
See, on February.
I think these are training jerseys.
Yeah,
Don't
February.
say training.
If you go to the St. Louis City SC Twitter page, and go to their tweet on February 3rd,
Yeah.
it's called "The Away Kit is Coming," and it's like called the Away Kit Sweepstakes.
Well, it better get here because they got a game just in a couple
They don't-
days, right?
Guys, the away kit is not revealed yet. It's being revealed this week. The gray kits are the preseason kits.
Got it.
Oh.
It says training. It says training kit, but
It would seem that every team has to have a white jersey, right?
no, not necessarily. Not in soccer.
Wow, they're actually crowdsourcing this, I think.
What?
The away kit sweepstakes. Like with that, they tweeted out. I clicked on it, and it looks like you can send in your design
Oh.
of some kind. There's an alternatives one that's going to be revealed as well. It sounds like.
Is it ironic that when I was remember when I was, I sent out one to design my own golf shirts for
Right.
Flanagan?
Gray and yellow
It was
stripes.
gray and pink.
Gray and pink.
Gray and
So you're saying the dogs have taken your idea and made it their colors?
Well, it was kind of my design.
You gonna sue them over this?
No, I'm just happy they went with pink and gray.
Boy, how about Jackson's buddy, Sweet Sweet Kai? Is this? If we confirm this is the real Sweet Sweet Kai,
100% positive.
Plowsy has turned into a miserable, sad poor.
Oh. Sorry you had to hear that.
Bro,
Damn.
that is so. That is funny as hell. Though.
Sweet.
That I love that.
Is
text.
Sweet Sweet Kai a Banty rooster?
He's turned sour again.
I thought you said Gareth was Banty.
He gets banty with the Tigers.
Doug, we'll see you tonight at Auburn on the plane.
Yeah,
6
he
p.m.
likes to talk a lot of mess, but I don't know. Sweet Sweet Kai's usually a sweet human being.
I love the text though. Honestly, that was super freaking funny.
Sad and
man.
miserable poor.
Good job,
Damn.
Y'all should advertise those TMASTL shop dog shirts more. They're fire. I bought one yesterday. That's from Junior the Juice Man. Go to TMASTLshop.com and see what's doing.
Yeah.
Mike Flanagan will make them up real nice like for you.
We need more hats too. The hats were very nice.
Yeah, I am working with. I think we can do some good work on golf shirts and hats. And so I think we're about to have a new quality line of golf shirts starting to advertise on the program. I don't think it's finalized
good.
yet. And I've been communicating directly with it, and then we just get those from them, put the TMA logos, the Dotem logo, excuse me, on there. Now, it'll be quality, real nice, so they'll be expensive. One of the neat things is you don't have to buy them.
No.
You can complain about them.
You can complain about it.
Yep. You don't have to buy them.
But you don't have to buy them. So I thought we could do a better job on that. I wanted to do that.
What are things that you do have to buy? Car insurance?
Yeah, it's a nice one.
I would like the hats. to be like
Sibians,
this.
right?
No, you don't have to.
What's up?
I like the hats to be like the Hubbard hat. I really like that soft
Yeah.
material that comes down. It's not trucker hats.
Different styles.
Yeah, like the old era hats used to be like that, where they
New era?
new era where they be ripped to the bill, right?
Yeah.
Old era. I like the new era. And I think Flanagan was gonna make me a pink and yellow one.
Pink and yellow what?
Well, he's dropped the ball.
Dogs hat.
What's going to be on the hat?
Dogs.
Oh, wow.
Just a special one that I can wear, pink and yellow.
Maybe we need dog masks that fit over your whole head.
Like in Philly?
Yeah.
I've been trying to call in to compliment the Hubbard staff, but that translucent twink won't answer the phone.
Come
It's
on,
from Beer Cats,
Jackson.
Doug. He's the Milagro Tequila. Now, maybe Jackson did put him on. No, I see Larry Nichols on hold. That's what I see.
Yeah.
I saw Mr. Fix was on hold. I didn't go to him.
Wow,
I'll take your thank you
shrewd.
notes.
You don't need to call in just to say you picked up your prize and we had it.
I mean, I'm looking at the phone. I haven't seen anybody call in. I've
He's the
answered 2
Milagro
calls.
Tequila Listener of the Month.
Oh, he won't let that.
And I was the one who championed him. I was the one who led the charge on it, so I don't know why I'm getting shots fired.
No.
I mean, I guess, bite the hand that feeds you.
I love the dedication of the vote. We were in Jamaica. We were all standing around ready to leave. And we're like,
Jackson
okay.
Jackson stepped to the front of Congress and delivered a passionate plea for Beer Cats to be the January Listener of the Month.
Yeah, I stand by it.
And when
even
he
after
did.
all
And
these
and
criticisms.
he got the Plowhawk support, and he got my support. And at that point, 3 of the 5 members of the dais had voted, and that was it. The papal conclave was concluded.
That's why I didn't know what happened.
Hey, Tim, who won the sandals trip? Thanks. Happy Valentine's, Kings. Doug, you like that? Happy Valentine's, Kings?
I don't mind it.
We called the 2 winners. There was 2 winners. Two
winners? 2 different trips, what?
Yeah, 2 different
I didn't
trips.
know that.
Yeah, I was also unaware until Jesse and I.
Do we? Are they names that are familiar?
I was unfamiliar with them, so I'm not going to say it on
Right.
air.
That's the right thing.
But I did take a video of the selection process, so no one can think that there was any, anything wrong. So
Tomfoolery.
if there was ever a subpoena, I have evidence to the contrary, but I won't say their names because I don't know.
But on the fan,
Mr. Licks is demanding to know who they are.
Well, he can demand anything he wants.
well, on the fan page, I don't know if this was a joke. A guy goes, "I just got a very exciting phone call from Hubbard."
Yeah, there
Yeah,
you
he
go.
won.
With that one, okay, I'm not going to reveal the name. I just wasn't for sure if that was satire or not.
And I think if I'm wrong, you can text in and tell me I'm wrong. But I thought he was part of that thread that was complaining about we never win anything. It's the same 3 people that win everything.
I don't know about that. I have no idea.
Tim, over under on golf shirt cost complaints. Line is 5.5. That's from the Hunchback of Von Castle. I'll probably go over, but again, one of the fun things is you do not have to buy it. You don't have to buy it.
But you do have to buy car insurance.
That's correct. That's something we can't change. And
No.
then what you do is you go to carltoninsurance.net. The next thing you know is you're working with James Carlton.
Right.
314-961-4800. You're working with the best. That's who I work with. I made the switch, and I couldn't be happier that I did. James Carlton has 304 5-star Google reviews. And when you read them, you will see why insurance is different, just like any other place, any other business. Some people are really good at it. Some people aren't. James Carlton happens to be one of the best. He's in Webster Groves, and you call there during business hours. You are going to talk to somebody right there in the area, and they are going to take care of you quick, fast, and in a hurry. And they're always looking to save you money. 314-961-4800 or go online at carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton, State Farm. Send your emails in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. The morning after at InsideSTL.com. Buck Swope currently leading the month of February. He has 4 wins. Ashley Martin has 1 win. Tunnels Talty with 1 win. Buck Swope, I think, is live right now with his performance in the email of the day and also that wonderful audio postcard for the Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month.
Wonderful.
I mean, wonderful performance so far by Buck Swope.
He's kind of bounced back nicely from his little tirade he threw at St. Gabriel's. And he came up on the stage to start berating us.
Jackson.
Yeah, that was the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened at one of our live events.
I'm glad I had COVID at the time. I heard about it, though, and saw the video. It looked like
No,
Jackson
he was up
really
and
happy.
hopping mad.
Well, we all remember where we were when we had our first beer.
Is that Tim, in that situation, is that where you just say yes, yes?
Yeah, St. Gabriel's, Doug, I think what you were was dumbfounded by the number of banners surrounding you.
Yeah, and why people got certain banners.
The
There was a
chest
banner.
band?
Someone won the game pickup sticks. There was a banner for that. Someone had won a gin rummy game in the 4th grade. Got a banner.
James Carlton's on hold?
No, ADD has its thick hands gripping my neck. It was Beer Cats. You were doing a James Carlton read, and that's all I heard.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Yeah,
we'd love
Jackson
to hear
really
from
does
you.
have a thing.
Yeah, it's bad.
And Marshy Marsh, when he filled in, Doug, he said that he'll sometimes be talking and then he looks at a wall and it distracts him. These guys in their
Marshy
mid-20s.
Really? A wall would distract you?
Anything could distract me, wall or otherwise.
It does happen on Balloon Party about once a show.
Yeah, it's bad.
And I can kind of pick up a physical tell. And so I know not, I tried anyway, not to throw to Jackson when I see that he's suddenly been captured.
By the thick hand gripping my neck of ADD. I'm trying to get my Adderall refilled, so.
Well, why do so many young folks seem to have that now? That didn't used to be a thing at all. Are we just now recognizing it and treating it?
I
or
think
is-
that and more diagnoses of it. Because I think a lot of people probably around your age had it. It was just never diagnosed.
Possibly, yeah.
I have both ADD and ADHD.
Good for you.
And my parents, God bless them, never put me on any medication, just let me run off the energy, and I'm very appreciative of that.
Yeah.
But I'm common.
Can you tell Plowsy that he doesn't have to buy any STL City authentic jerseys either? Thanks. That's from General Horseplay.
Oh, I'm not. I just am shocked that that kind of jersey with no name on the back of it at all, just a jersey, is almost $200. With taxes, it probably is about $200. That's
Well, I think, actually, as weird as it might sound, even though it's not something, I don't think I wear many jerseys anyway, so it's not that I'm in the customer base, but I think it's a great thing that that price point is there, because the price point is the byproduct of supply and demand, that there's that much demand for it. So I think that's a good thing to show that there's interest, you know. See what I'm saying?
No, I get it. I completely agree. And it's going to be super popular, and I could be the only one bashing it, which, you know, I can die on that hill. It's fine. It's great for the city. Never said that. I just, $170 for a jersey is, for me, in any sport, I don't care if it's
that's a
football,
lot.
basketball, I mean, even hockey jersey, which you know is always typically expensive. I just avoid that.
Beer Cats is the listener of the month, so he automatically goes to the front of the line. Doug,
Sure
it's part
he
of the
does.
perks of being the Milagro Tequila listener of the month. Yeah, Beer Cats. You're on the Steve Schmidt Key and North County phone line.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hello. What's happening?
Hi, Ken.
What up?
Oh, gosh, he's pouting.
He's ready to lean back in his chair, isn't he?
Yes,
He is away from the microphone right now.
Yeah, good. Good. We won't have to hear him breathe that way if you had. Oh, tough shots. No, I want to call in. Mr. Licks has called in and bashed you guys a couple of times about not this whole prize issue, and I went out yesterday and went to the Hubbard Studios for the first time. Very nice studios you guys have there, and picked up my Milagro tequila prize pack. Very nice pack. Giant bottle of tequila in there. Some shot glasses, some shirts, hat, that kind of stuff. Very cool. So thank you to Jessie. She emailed me after the trip and was very polite and told me to come pick it up.
Well, what a nice little
Look at
treat.
this. I mean, this is a first-hand testimonial, Doug.
It looks like you left us with a little Yeti as a parting gift.
Oh, yeah. I left a little something for you there, a little coffee cup just full of ink pens. I knew you'd like to have some ink pens.
Oh, that's good.
I
Yeah,
see
that's
pens.
huge.
I didn't see the pins.
We actually do need
yeah,
pens.
open it up. Pens.
Oh, okay.
Shows how much you wanted. He's still sitting in the corner with the plastic on it.
Well, I just saw it just a few
The
minutes
note
ago.
unread.
Well, the cup was nothing special, Iggy, so don't be jealous.
Oh, Iggy didn't get one.
Oh, damn, I wanted one. No, I have my Hubbard cup. I love it. That's all I need.
Exactly.
You still
Exactly.
sleeping with Hot Wife Autumn, bro?
Yeah, it's still a thing going on.
You don't sound like you believe it. You just said sure.
Yeah, the guy who claims to have two swords didn't peed on thinks they don't have a hot wife Autumn. Go hide under a bush and get peed on again. Get stung by lightning.
Good comeback.
When is the last time you engaged in coitus with Hot Wife Autumn?
Oh, it's actually been a couple of weeks. We've actually been talking this past week. It's been a while. Just getting scheduled between jobs and kids and other stuff going on. There's a lot to work around, but it'll happen again.
Do you?
All good.
Where do you do the deed?
Oh,
Almost always at my place.
When you say almost always, where were the exceptions?
Hotel.
Huh? Why would you use a hotel?
Just convenience because of where we live.
Okay.
Like our distance between us.
no.
Was it a Marriott?
Live read?
We're not going to disclose the hotel, okay?
No, you don't have to disclose the hotel.
Yeah,
kidding,
there'll
I'm
be
kidding,
people
I'm kidding.
camping out there with cameras.
Just waiting for them.
Yeah, so Mr. Licks is such a controversial caller because he'll wear you out sometimes, and then other times, he made me laugh the other day when he said that Mozeliak does not want to cater to all the mouth breathing people like Plowsy who talk at their level.
It's true.
to keep them all happy. But at the same time, he bashed you guys and your staff about prizes, and obviously the prizes are getting delivered. I think Spicy Winner got his too. So Lick's going to take a lap on this one.
Well, so did you a couple days ago. You're trashing about not getting a prize. That's why I said yesterday.
Funny story.
I came in here today. Your prize pack is sitting back there by Jody. You need to come pick it up and quit saying you don't get it.
Okay, so funny story, Iggy. I texted him one time last Tuesday and said, "Hey guys, it's been going to contact me about my prize pack." That was it.
What did you say? Nobody contacted you?
I said, "Will somebody be contacting me?" And that same day, Jesse did. That was it.
Well, you said you
made that up. You completely made
All
that
right, you
up.
said last Tuesday?
Yeah, it was the Tuesday after you guys got back from Jamaica. She texted me and she emailed me and said, "Hey, sorry, been getting caught up from the trip, and here's your prize pack's ready. Here's the address. When you want to come pick it up?"
All right, because in your call here you said Jesse contacted me the day after I won.
No,
So
the
now
day
you're
after I
changing.
got back from. I didn't change it.
Why don't we
You
pull this
listen,
audio?
Iggy.
Why don't we pull
You
this
don't
audio?
listen and you make up what you want to hear.
Let's pull this audio.
Yeah, go pull it.
The fact is, was a couple days ago you were talking about not getting a prize.
No, I was not. No, I was not.
Needed a break.
Why would I say? Why would I bring it up yesterday that your prize is here?
Because you
Come get it
make
and quit
up
bitching.
crap all the time that isn't true.
Okay. Well, we're glad you got your prize.
It's not been me. It's been Licks, and the other dude saying about the prize stuff has not been me.
Masturbate.
Well, I'm glad-
Mr.
glad
Licks
you got
has
your
issued
prize.
a response to Beer Cats. I thought they are not aligned.
No.
I saw your dumb post on the fan page yesterday. You don't need to use every form of communication available to you to let us know that you won. We don't really care that much. Enjoy your sad little life banging of Festus 4. The only place I'll be taking laps is at Old Warson if I want to play 36 instead of 18.
Oh.
That's from Mr.
Okay, that at the end I don't like. I didn't like that one at the
No,
end.
I didn't care for it.
Well, and listen, that guy saying to not use every avenue to contact you guys is pretty funny, being all he does is call and text all day long. So
He really wants to be that Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month for
he's
February.
not
And that means
gonna
you guys
win.
could be in the same competition at the end of the year to be the year-end Listener of the Year.
yeah, he'll never get Listener of the Month. Last thing, and I'll get out of here. I would like to formally invite KG to invite the Axis of Evil with me and Buck Swope.
Oh, wow. Buck Swope, Beer Cats, and KG in O-Town Doug forming the Axis of Evil. It's like when Kevin Nash and Hulk Hogan, and who else was in that?
Oh.
Was
Scott Hall.
Scott Hall formed the New World Order. Watch this, watch this. New World Order, World
Nice.
Order. Yeah. 1998, 99?
I don't know the years, Tim.
Hey,
I
yo.
live in a constant state of crestfallen.
Well, I'm happy that you won because you must feel like you're underemployed spending so many of your prime earning years marrying ketchup.
Yeah, I'd say what this month's been crazy, but I'm invited to so many galas and dinners to talk about my award.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
We talk about what I had to do to achieve this accomplishment. So it's been a big month for me. It's really going to be tough to pass the crown on next month, but I'm sure the next person will be very deserving of it.
I agree with you on
Yeah,
that.
could well be Buck Swope.
Could be
This
Buck Swope.
Axis of
This
Evil's
Axis of
taking
Evil is
over.
taking
Yeah, I
over.
sure hope so.
New World Order,
Yeah.
World Order.
Germany and Italy got off to a quick start, too. Japan as well. Another
KG
Axis
in
of Evil.
O-Town has declined. He says, I appreciate the offer, Beer Cats. I politely decline. Wow.
Oh,
KG in O-Town.
Oh, he's trying to ride that fence. It's okay.
You think he's trying to ride the fence? That's what's going on?
Yep.
He's the Switzerland
Yeah,
of the
exactly.
TMA wars.
Smart play.
Beer Cats, thank you so much for the call. Wonderful.
You guys have a great day.
There he is.
All right,
Cats
Beer
on the
Kitty.
Steve Schmidt Kia, North County phone lines. He is the January Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month. Larry Nickel has some thoughts on wrestling, which means Doug has questions. Good morning, Larry. You're on the Steve Schmidt Kia of North County phone lines.
Good morning, guys. What's up?
Hello, Nixie.
How you doing, Doug?
Well, I'm fine. You?
I'm doing great. I'm glad you got some pins now.
Doug,
You're glad
pants.
we're what now?
Yeah, some pants.
I'm glad you got some pins.
Pens.
Oh, yeah,
Ink
yeah.
pen.
Needed the ink pens. Yeah. It was nice
Yeah,
to get
because when you guys were at 590, you were running out of ink pens like crazy.
Yes. Every now and then, Ron would deliver some pins to us.
Yeah, call around. Larry, would you like to join the Axis of Evil if you were invited by Beer Cats and Buck Swope?
I'll think about it.
All right.
Okay.
Wow. This Axis of Evil is.
Okay.
What is the Axis of Evil? I mean, what do they do?
They create havoc.
What does their group do?
They post audio postcards of you getting golden showers from strangers.
Larry, you don't want any part of that, do you?
Okay, I don't.
Okay.
There it
Sounds
is.
like he's out. Well, what happened on the presentation last night, Larry?
Okay, the main event from last night's presentation was a triple threat match, but the stipulation was that if Becky Lynch or Bayley beat Bianca Belair, they got added to the Elimination Chamber match for the women to determine Bianca Belair's next challenger at WrestleMania. But Bianca Belair won the match. That means Becky Lynch and Bayley will not be in the chamber match this Saturday.
Okay. That was the big moment of the show?
That was the main event.
Okay.
It's a huge night.
All right. Anything else happened that we need to know about?
Well, Cody Rhodes was backstage, and Baron Corbin was getting interviewed. He was itching and complaining about Cody Rhodes getting handed this, getting handed that, and then he was bad-mouthing his family. And Cody Rhodes overheard that, started beating Baron Corbin up backstage, went out to the ring. It became an impromptu match, and Cody Rhodes won that impromptu match.
Okay. Damn, I didn't know that. Sounds like a heck of a show there.
Yeah, when there's impromptu matches.
Yeah.
Larry, do you have the top 5 countries in the world available at your disposal?
Yes, I do.
Disposal? Doug, disposal makes no sense.
No, disposal.
Right.
Number 5, Brazil.
I'm rubbing off.
Brazil, okay.
Number 4, Mexico.
Mexico.
Number 3, Australia.
Australia, okay.
Number 2, Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, United States of America.
Okay, then.
Yes!
Those are good rankings, Larry.
Larry, God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
Yeah. God bless America, and happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
There
Well, all right, Dixie.
Coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to connect all of these female listeners with gentlemen suitors. That's what we're going to do.
We're doing matchmaking?
We are. So we're going to clear the lines, Mr. Fix, and we are going to set up dates for all of our single female listeners in their 20s. And Jackson, what is that number as far as the percentage of the listenership?
Well, probably about 16, 17%.
That's right, 16 to 17% of the listenership.
I don't know.
20-something females looking for dates. And we're not available.
This is where they've come.
This is their forum.
Yep. This is Bar Napoli matinee.
Right. Probably a lot of Mizzou Golden Girls and
Mm-hmm.
swimsuit models, fitness models, that type. Yeah. That'd be my guess. I don't know who else would.
All right, so call in and we will set you up with one of our listeners.
Yeah.
636-9004-TMA. Call in. And I know a lot of our listeners like to send in pictures of their wives. 314-881-TMA5. And email in for our Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day. This closes out the Munganess St. Louis Acura Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour. Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour is next on the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. HD1, by the way. It's Sports Talk with Tim McKernan and Action Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each weekday, right after the morning after. It's the worst named show in the history of radio, but the content's pretty good, so check it out on 101 ESPN or get the podcast on the TMA app. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Doug Vaughn here alongside the home loan expert, Ryan Kelly. Ryan, rates are high. Is it still a good time to do a cash-out refi?
Absolutely. Mortgage rates have definitely gone up a little bit over the last year, but so is your equity. Think about what those houses are selling for in your neighborhood right now. Maybe they're selling for $400,000. What do you owe on your current loan? $300,000? That means you have $100,000 in equity. And with a simple cash-out refinance, we can replace your current loan with a new one and pull that equity out and give it to you at closing. In fact, our average client received over $54,000 at closing. Would that change your life a little bit? Probably. Would you have to continue to worry about when you're going to get paid next and what bills are going to get paid and the credit cards and the interest and all that? probably get rid of all that stuff and put you on the path to financial freedom. That's why a cash out refinance is one of our favorite loans and our most popular loans right now. Thinking about getting a little cash to pay off some debt? Think no more. Visit thehomeloanexpert.com.
TMA knows how our Walrus audience loves their meats. That's why we have teamed up with a local company that delivers high-quality, great-tasting meats straight to your door. Brush Creek Valley Farms is a direct-to-consumer family farm that raises, processes, and delivers pork and beef nationwide at cost-friendly prices. Go to brushcreekvalley.com to choose between their various box options. Build your own box or buy in bulk to have a great-tasting local beef and pork at all times. Brush Creek Valley Farms is offering 10% off any box by using the promo code TMA10 or 5% off any bulk order when you use TMA5. On top of that, if you subscribe to their monthly service, you'll receive an additional 10% off each order you make. Again, that's TMA10 for any box order, TMA5 for bulk orders, and an automatic 10% off when you subscribe. Go to brushcreekvalley.com to learn more about how you can get their meats in your mouth and support a local family farm. That's brushcreekvalley.com, high-quality meats for a lowbrow audience.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
If you are a commercial property manager, property owner, small business owner, or are involved in operations, listen up. Engineer Design Facilities has become the #1 commercial fire alarm service provider in the market. EDF's goal is to not increase your operating budget, but rather decrease it, and at the same time service your business's commercial fire alarm needs with the most experienced and competent technicians this region has to offer. Make sure your building is up to code. Email fire@edf-rg.com to schedule your systems evaluation today. That's fire@edf-rg.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan of TMA, and I am thrilled to have new clients on board Longo Biggs Injury Law. CD Longo and Doug Biggs. And Doug, the thing I want our audience to know is that you guys are local and you guys are different. Tell our audience how you're different.
Yeah, Tim, both CD and I are from St. Louis area, born and raised in the South City area or the South County area, and we are also thrilled to be part of the TMA family now. If anyone signs up with us for an injury case, their case is treated like they are family. We get to know you, we get to know the ins and outs of your case, and make sure we represent you like you are part of our family. We're not like one of the large firms in the area who might take your case and just treat you like another number or another file. You'll get our personal attention. It's either CD and I who will handle your case directly. And if you are injured in an accident, please remember us. You can visit us at longobiggs.com, and that's Biggs with 2 G's.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Urban Dictionary defines thirsty as purposely, knowingly, and recklessly attempting to gain fame to boost self-esteem. So, are you thirsty? Well, TMA has you covered. Become a part of the 2023 TMA Listener of the Month Club. You nominate yourself for a monthly award. And if you win, you get recognition and stuff to help you satisfy that insatiable thirst. We're talking January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, etc. Go to TMASTL.com or the TMA app. Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information. Tell us why you deserve to be TMA Listener of the Month. And if you don't want to use your real name or photo, we don't really care. The TMA Listener of the Month. Get recognized just for being you or fake you or whatever. Quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila with Milagro in the morning after on KPNT HD2.
I spent 4 years in San Francisco.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Well, we haven't heard from the Communards in a while.
Yeah, this is Jimmy Somerville, sir. Client discounters 8 o'clock hour. Do you feel like you're rolling balls?
I do. I don't know what that means exactly, but I feel like I'm doing it.
It's going to live forever now that it's clipped off.
You're going to love rolling balls, Doug.
What is it exactly?
No.
I've rolled bowling balls, if that's what you're talking about. This is a song about bowling?
It's Ryan Kelly, morning after. Michelob Ultra Studios, Timothy Michael McKernan, Douglas Elvin Vaughn, Plowhawk. Action Jackson with you on the program. Ken Strode is on assignment, so he is not available. I'm so excited about this dating game in the Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour. It's from Stephanie at One Cardinal Way.
Huh.
Yeah.
She lives there? Single?
So I guess is she on the line? She's not?
She's some sort
Who's
of
on the line?
actress?
Mr. Fix.
Yeah. Oh.
Just letting you know.
Sweet Sweet Kai says he's having his girlfriend call in now.
Really? She's
Jackson,
up
you
for
know?
play.
She's great, but I don't know. I would highly doubt she's calling in.
Is she the one who was solicited by Sapphic? Well, really?
Yeah.
Sweet Sweet Kai, you do need to recall in.
So did we?
Ashley Martin, call in if you want.
Did we line up any girls? Or we're just
they're just
assuming?
calling
We're
in.
just assuming they would all call.
That's correct.
I'll be here in a minute.
Is there something wrong with the phone lines?
Yeah.
Let me talk to Craig.
We don't have the
Get those
ability to
fixed.
look at them.
I
Craig,
blame
there's
Gino.
No young women calling into the show. How do we fix that?
We have. I'm not sure we've ever had a young woman call into the show, have we? And by young, I mean, early 20s.
Yeah,
We had SGO Angel Julia.
Angel Julia.
That was a great interview.
Didn't we call them? We've called them.
We badgered them. I
But the
called them
fact
about 10 times.
The fact that one of them might call us, I'm not sure that that's happened. I could be wrong, however.
Kai, don't have your girlfriend call in. That's a bad
Whoa,
idea.
Jackson, what are you doing?
Just for everyone's, just be best.
You trying to short circuit our bit?
No, just, she's not single, so why would we have her
Oh.
call in?
Well, if you're not married, you're still single, right?
Is that the case?
I
I don't think
so.
that's single.
No, I'm not.
You say you're in a relationship?
Yeah.
Is that your status?
Yeah, what else would it be?
I don't know. But technically, you're single.
Like on your tax form, you'd say single?
Well, yeah.
I don't think you can file jointly, can you, with your taxes?
Sometimes you can get on the same health plan as a domestic partner. Sometimes you can't.
Huh.
Here I cannot, which is typically normal. I was surprised that people would offer your significant other on your health plan.
Yeah.
Without, being official in terms of marriage.
Otherwise, people would just put people on their
Right, yeah.
health plans.
It's like a cell phone plan.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, it's nice that we got that worked out.
We done? Yeah, sweet.
I guess.
Pop in a
I had to
couple
tune
No
out for
calls.
like 40 seconds and just made me realize I best not. Whoever this is can be on the show.
Is this
Mr.
a call?
Fix?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we were waiting on a call.
Now we can talk about the potential female and they're going to be for sure.
No,
calling
I'm
in.
sorry.
There's no potential females calling. No one is calling. No one's going to call here looking for a date.
Sweet Kai's mom is
This
calling.
would be a
our girl-
terrible
no,
place
no,
to
no,
call looking for a date.
Why do you say that?
I'll go on a date with the young listener.
Oh, look at Rick.
This is Win a Date with Rick. Is that the sketch?
That wouldn't be bad.
Okay.
Jackson, are you a man in love?
No.
Totally single?
Yeah.
100% single?
Yep.
All right. That last one.
Yep.
That last one?
Mm-hmm.
I am. I'm a single gentleman.
Okay, what are you looking for in a young lady?
Nice.
A quality person. I've
Kind
described.
of vague. you think people are looking for someone who's not?
Well, it's not like shopping for flooring. It's you just kind of, if you meet somebody and you can have a connection, then sometimes magic can happen.
Well, sure.
It's not necessarily like cut and dry. I like this type of girl. I won't date any other kind of girl.
Mm-hmm. You have a type?
Not necessarily.
Well, we're not getting anywhere with this, are we?
Well, I don't know what to say. I don't have a type. I would say. I think that everybody has preferences. Like I said, a British accent would be awesome. But how much of that are you gonna find?
You're looking for a British accent.
See, now that's not what I said.
They have to have a British accent. I think that's what you said.
Completely not what I said. I said that would be awesome, but like I said, it's tough to find that in.
Yeah, this probably explains why you're single.
Good morning. Can 36-year-old fathers be eligible to win a date with Rick? That's from the Hunchback of Montgas.
Yeah, we don't shame.
If there's tickets involved or something, I'll go to a game with you or something. That's about the extent of it.
Hello, I'm girl. I'm looking for any bachelor with a tiny little living room / family room / kitchen / bedroom slop sink that I can use. I have my eyes set on TMA's 2023 slop sink darling of the year. That's from glove blogger Tom Traven.
I sent an email and somehow just tie me into it.
If you have a sink, is it automatically a slop sink? Or is this a special sort of sink?
Oh, it depends.
Well, my sink wasn't supposed to be made for that, considering my toilet's 20 inches away from it.
Your slop sink better have a garbage disposal.
The slop sink is in the bathroom proper? Or the ensuite?
Well, it's just a normal sink.
In the bathroom, not the kitchen sink.
It became a slop sink. And a slop floor, or wherever else it went.
You're still a little bit bitter about it, aren't you?
No, not bitter, just mad at myself.
Who had to do the cleanup?
What plumber did you call?
I didn't. I started plunging it myself. I don't know what
happened. Dear mother.
You can't really plunge a sink, can you?
Sure you can.
How?
Doug, show us how you plunge a sink.
I don't know how.
You put it right over the drain and you plunge.
In a sink?
Yes.
All right.
I don't know how else to explain it.
No, I don't.
That's what the whole point of plunging is.
I'm in. I put out. Thanks. That's from caller Buzz.
Buzz puts out.
Right?
I'm sure that's what a woman's looking for.
It's odd because I met him and his wife at the end of the year awards.
Oh, you did?
I guess that's not important.
Yeah.
Maybe he's moved on. I don't know what caller Buzz's situation is.
Would that be a hot husband?
It's a hot husbanding here. Doug, Mike Francesa not happy about the field conditions at the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, there's some people slipping.
Here, take a listen.
Okay. Hit the lever.
Did you know that the NFL actually planned for years so that you would have that grass on the field tonight? Yes, you had years in the making. Tahoma 31, and it was developed at Oklahoma State University under the watchful eye of Dr. Wu.
Woo, 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 Kenny Wu.
So wait, the NFL planned so they could go out there tonight and ruin the damn game by turning it into an ice skating rink.
Oh, it wasn't that bad.
Pretty bad.
What genius decided this was the night to get that grass and that grass was ready? Because you know what? That person should be not around the next Super Bowl.
Oh.
That destroyed the game tonight, that field. That field was an embarrassment. This is the Super Bowl. It's the Super Bowl, and you got a field no one can stand up on.
Well, they stood up.
Now, how much did it impact, let's say, the Eagle pass rush? I don't know. I'd have to go interview these guys. They're all changing their cleats. I don't know. But clearly we watched 80 different players go fall down or lose their footing. I mean, that was a folly. This is the Super Bowl. You spend a fortune on the game. And you're going to have a field like that on grass that's never been tested before? And you developed this grass just to put it in for the Super Bowl and have that happen? You got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
The NFL should be embarrassed.
Oh.
Sorry. I'm happy for the Eagles.
Happy for the Eagles.
They lost, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Did I miss something?
The field was terrible, though.
Well, it was mainly the paint. It wasn't the field itself. It was the paint. Whenever they were in that paint, they kind of slipped every once in a while.
And the 50-yard line looked like a disaster area.
And you don't need all that paint. You got a Super Bowl logo that goes from like the 50 to each other's 30. Then you got 4 more on the corners over there. You don't need all that paint.
That's the new thing. You gotta like dress up every single. Like, take a look at Central Arkansas University's basketball court. They got.
I know you have been watching a lot.
I never watch a game.
You went down to Conway with the family for years.
I saw 7 of their games last year.
They got a Scottie Pippen signature on their court that goes like 3-point line to 3-point line.
Oh,
it's
geez.
massive.
That's a little much.
Yeah.
I thought some of these new turf fields were better to play on than grass even. Why does it have to be grass if
No,
it's
it's gotta
imperfect?
be grass. It's gotta be grass.
Why?
Turf. That's what all the non-contact injuries on turf compared to grass is astronomical difference.
I don't know about that.
I'm telling you, ask any player who played. Like ask Kerry Davis. He says the same thing. He's like, it has to be on grass. Turf is terrible.
Well, I'm sure it'd be terrible on your knees and your elbows and any other place you fall.
I just can't believe it'd be that much different. I've walked around many of those turf fields, and it seems like it's softer than grass. It just seems like that would be better.
Yeah, but are you doing cuts?
I'm not usually out there running doing cuts.
3-cone drill.
Doug runs a lot of go routes.
Yeah, I like the wheel route when I'm testing turf.
To me, that was just a take that I'm going to go the opposite of what everybody's talking about today. They're talking about the penalty. They're talking about Jalen Hurts' fumble for a 6 the other way. I'm going to talk about the turf and make it sound like I'm really upset.
Yeah. I guess that fumble was really the difference in the game. People talk about the penalty late.
Sure it was.
It's the fumble. It's the unforced error that led to 7 points.
They were about to go up 2 scores.
Yeah.
The Devontae Smith catch being overturned, that was big.
Mm-hmm.
Which was a catch, right? I don't know if the NFL still knows what a catch is. That looked like a catch.
Yeah.
From fast motion, slow motion, every angle possible. I didn't see the ball move. I saw 2 feet down. I love that you can extend the ball over a pylon in some situations and call it a touchdown.
Right.
But you can have 2 feet inbounds with the ball and there's controversy.
Yeah, still not a catch.
I still don't know how the NFL does that.
Hey, Albie the Simp, I have a suite at the Prize Center, and I'm into King English cosplay. What a smash. That's from Big Tuft.
No.
He sounded interested.
Albie the Simp.
Yeah, that's unfair.
What's Albie?
Albie was a character in White Lotus.
Is it
Who
albino?
was, in fact, a simp.
Was he a simp by definition?
Yeah, he paid what? I don't want to ruin it for people, but
that's all right.
He paid like what?
Which one?
$40K.
Oh, he was a kid who got suckered in by.
Yeah, he was Michael Imperioli's son in the show.
Doug Christopher.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was simping.
Took his dad for $10,000.
More than.
Is simping an epidemic for people in their 20s right now, or has it always been there, and we're just now more aware of it because of the delights of social media?
The latter. I think people have been simping for generations, but we now have a term for it, and it's as prevalent as it's ever been. I would say.
We had a term for it back in our day too. It's called sugar daddy.
It's a little different. Sugar daddy is all like monetary. Simping can just be like what you do on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, check out the guy from Norfolk.
What's he got to do with it?
He's the absolute definition of a simp. Hey, honey, do you need more berries? Hey, I'll just be standing in the corner. Whenever you get done, just let me know when you need
Well,
me.
it's just being nice.
No.
He's already got her. They're
I'm a
married, I
nice
think.
boyfriend, and let me tell you, I ain't simping. That dude was simping. He got his hair braided because a girl wanted his hair braided.
How do you know that's how that happened?
I overheard a conversation.
My ass.
And I'm guessing.
Oh, hey.
February Gene.
I'm guessing.
I did not hear our conversation.
No.
I would be surprised.
Well, you folded quickly there.
I would. Oh yeah, 100%. Where am I gonna?
It just looked weird because the girl was very attractive and he wasn't at all. And you're wondering what's he doing to keep her? And I guess that's what he's doing.
And they didn't go up to the hairstylist there at the beach, and he didn't initiate and go, "I need my hair braided."
Well, you never know.
She brought it up as she was eating her plate of berries that he brought her.
Now, I did see when Tim and myself and Anna Marie were in line, they were like on the rope next to us, and they'd always pass us when we were going around. And I guess the people behind us had said something about Lithuania, and I guess he was Lithuanian. And he came by and goes, "Did I hear you talking about Lithuania? My parents are Lithuanian. Let me tell you something." And then they'd move along, and then he'd come back because they were behind us and they were on the other side, come back around. let me tell you else about Lithuania. And every time he turned around, I got more Lithuania stuff.
I didn't know any of this went on.
Oh, yeah.
This is in the customs line you're talking about?
Yeah, and then he come back around again and goes, so let me tell you, we were there a couple years ago, and let me tell you about it. Oh, my God, shut up about Lithuania.
So you're fed up with Lithuania.
No, we're fed up with a simp talking about Lithuania, as if we care.
Well, this Lithuania talk, who knew? I know I'm not tired of talking about engineered design facilities because they're the text inbox sponsor, and the text inbox might be having its biggest month in the history of the show, and I'm not necessarily sure why. We're just getting more text than ever before. Engineered Design Facilities is the official commercial fire alarm services and solutions provider of TMA. If you have visibility to your company or place of businesses, commercial fire alarm panel and system, please email fire@edf-rg.com. They'll have a technician come out and provide a free evaluation of your system and offer the most competitive contract pricing in the market. You can also check them out anytime at edf-rg.com, the official commercial fire alarm services and solutions provider of TMA. EDF can handle all of your company's security and surveillance needs, from surveillance cameras to access card readers to facial recognition software and everything in between. It's engineered, designed facilities. Jackson, tell people about your pant.
Would be more than happy to tell people about my pant, Tim. You know, they're the most comfortable and stylish men's jeans on planet Earth because they're designed by dudes for dudes. They're never baggy and they're never tight. Of course, I'm talking about Mugsy. They're so soft, you'll feel like you're wearing sweatpants, but you know they look so good. You don't have to compromise style for comfort. You can have both with Mugsy. And this winter, they're changing the game as the official sponsor of Warm Nuts. It's still going to be cold. And let me tell you, their new line of jeans with fleece and flannel literally stitched inside the entire leg to make sure your acorns stay perfectly nice and toasty. And now your legs will feel like they're covered in a tasty little pig in a blanket.
What?
Thanks to the fine folks over at Mugsy. Not only the world's greatest jeans, but super awesome flannels, jackets, cashmere, joggers, literally anything your closet could ever need. So head to Mugsy.com right now. You're going to use the promo code TMA. What that gets you is 10% off your entire order with free shipping and free returns. Again, promo code is TMA at Mugsy.com, 10% off your entire order. Free your balls once and for all and experience life-changing comfort with Mugsy.
And it makes your legs feel like it's a pig in a blanket?
A tasty little pig in a blanket.
Yeah, like it tastes good too, bro.
Oh.
Yeah.
Doug, they're not over the loss in Philadelphia, as you might expect.
Yeah.
Kate from Barstool. I'm not familiar with Kate.
No, not me.
But Jackson's audio says Kate from Barstool. What show is she on?
She does what's the midday show thing they do? The Yak.
What's the midday show?
It's
She
like
was wasted out there.
It's like a radio. She's like a mom, so it's kind of like parent content to an extent.
Where do they do their shows at?
New York.
But I mean, where can you find them?
Oh,
Podcast
network,
Apple, Spotify.
All right. I think all you got to do is just put Barstool after your name. I mean, people think you worked. I'm going to do Iggy at Barstool.
But she does work there.
You should see Dom Frederick at Barstool. He doesn't work at Barstool. He's a douche. But that's what it is.
What's he doing?
He just a Cubs beat writer and has his little followers of sad fats.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know what they do there. I mean, whenever they have that Frank on there. Frank, top 5 worst quarterbacks of all time. I'm going to start with Leach. And then you look in the background, there's like 1,000 people at their desk just doing nothing.
I like how they all make fun of like the Stephen A. Smith stuff, but that's exactly what they do. Like all their content that they release is like who's louder, who's more angry, who's gonna be bitching and complaining the most. I'd fit in great there.
You're coming down pretty hard on this.
Are we going to play this audio, or are we just going to complain about Barstool?
Doug, here is Kate from Barstool talking with Eagles fans.
Love to hear it.
Patrick Mahomes is weird. He talks like a frog!
We're up by 10. We got cocky, and it sucks.
Win or lose, we still booze. If anything, we're still hungry for next year. I literally cried! I cried!
Which one?
Next year's the year. Everything's gonna be fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. We'll be back next year. Excuse me, sir. How do you feel about the game tonight? Oh!
You cannot be happy.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This is Philadelphia, and we all love each other. At the end of the day, she's having a good time. I miss Big Neck. No.
What in the world was that?
That was Kate.
Doug, do you like your profession?
And people follow that and listen to that crap?
Are they just going down a bar?
There's outside on the street.
Outside the bars and stuff. Yeah.
I watched the video. It's kind of funny. But she was wasted herself. She was trashed. the end of that.
Huh.
Well, that's entertaining.
Yeah.
Doug, now in WIP, very popular sports talk station in Philadelphia. I've actually been to WIP. NBC Sports Philly analyst Michael, is it Barkan?
I don't know who it
Yeah.
is.
I know Michael real well.
Do you?
Yeah.
How do you know him?
I used to get him on a couple of shows I did, and we became friends. And when I was in Philly, we had a chance to hang out.
Did you ever simp for him?
No, he's a nice dude. He's been in Philadelphia forever.
Well, this is what he thinks about the holding call in his postgame program.
Okay, I'd like to hear that.
They withstood the injury of Jalen Hurts, and then they get to a 3rd and 8 on the 15-yard line and an incomplete pass, and Carl Shepard's team with a bull call. I mean, utter complete bullshit is unbelievable. It's inexcusable. You don't make a call right then and there. You don't let the game be decided by the officiating. And yes, it's true. The officials go both ways, and you got to rise above it. I understand. This is the freaking Super Bowl, and that should never happen. I'm going to be in the car.
Okay. You're going to be in the car?
Yeah, that's where crack pipe is.
Oh.
I don't get why everybody is so mad. The guy, Thornberry or whatever it was, Bradbury, he said it was a penalty. I'm kind of confused why people, it sucks that it was called, but it was obviously a penalty.
Well, people think that goes on every play.
Well, it does.
Why call it there? If it goes on every play, why would you choose that moment to call it?
Yeah, it was a penalty. My only point was there were other penalties throughout the day that weren't called, and it's 2 minutes left in the game. I mean, you let the game be dictated on the field, not like that.
No, I'm with you. I was annoyed because I hated the fact that they slid instead of getting a touchdown. And again, I know it's all, they're doing the right strategy, but to win a game by not scoring a touchdown, to me, is very frustrating to watch as somebody with an unbiased opinion.
I saw people online, one Twitter and a couple of Facebook posts, that maybe they don't know anything about football, which is fine, but they said, you shouldn't be allowed to do that. You shouldn't be allowed to not score. You have to score and give the other team a chance to score. I said, are you serious? Or you just don't know anything about football? But I saw like 3 of them.
Did you let him have it?
No, I'm not going to do it because I didn't really know him that well.
Okay.
I said, did you actually just say that? That I shouldn't be able to do that. I mean, you got to score there. You can't just kneel down. The other team needs a chance to score too. Come on.
It was a perfect strategy. Which is still can annoy the hell out of you. Yeah, it can annoy the hell out of you, but they did exactly what they should have done. They left 8 seconds on the clock. That's exactly what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they kick a walk-off field goal, G-Unit, well, he would have come close to winning pick 6 because he had a walk-off field goal at plus 1,000. How about that? Which I think is a pretty good bet. I think that happens more than 10% of the time in the Super Bowl, I feel like. I like that play.
Yeah, that happens in a lot of
You know what I mean?
games. Yeah.
So if there's just 8 seconds less, that's a walk-off. Doug, you wanted me to get to this?
Yes, a couple things I wanted you to get to. One of them was this.
No problem. I will get to it right now. I apologize. I got to call it up here. This is the one. Time kill music. And in van 2, 1. Dear Prudence.
Not that.
My husband has a gay friend from high school. As an adult, before we married, he traveled to see his friend and for a week hung out with him and other gay men on a boat. Once they weren't sailing, where all of them stripped naked and drank beers together.
Oh.
I've seen the pictures. My husband is very particular about his appearance and grooming. He recently started to lisp.
Lisp?
I suspect he's gay. When I told the straight man about this, his response was that no straight man would have done that, i.e., sailed naked for weeks with gay men.
No, he wouldn't.
There's the sign.
Wouldn't even think of it. Wouldn't even think about it.
What does the lisp have to do with anything?
Jackson, I just read what they put in the
I know,
blog.
but
It's a fake article.
It's like in elementary school, and they're like,
Let's go
which
with
sentence doesn't belong? That would be the one.
Am I correct that he is probably at least bisexual? That comes from Am I Naive? Dear Naive, it would feel really weird for me to make a guess about the sexual orientation of a stranger, or really of anyone. But in the interest of providing a thorough answer to your question, I'll entertain the points you've made. And I think everything you've written here can be explained away. Oh, good. So the good news, Doug.
I don't know that it can be.
Particular about his appearance, you list. So are a lot of straight men. That's why nobody says metrosexual anymore. It's called self-care, and it keeps you from being the subject of advice letters from a wife who finds you utterly disgusting because you have food in your beard, smell like an old towel, and haven't clipped your toenails for a year.
Oh.
This is a good thing. Stripping while sailing and drinking beers with gay men.
Damn.
This strikes me as an activity that would be among the very last things someone who is gay and trying to hide it from his wife would do. Perhaps he's just secure in his orientation and up for a good time. New lisp. It's unusual, but not unheard of for an adult to develop one. Ask him to check with a dentist or a speech therapist if you're concerned before accusing him of living a lie. And of course, not all gay or bi men have lisps. The only real red flag about your marriage here is that you are asking a random, probably homophobic straight man, as well as me, a stranger, to weigh in on your husband's sexuality. Again, I have absolutely no idea if you're correct that he is obvious.
Boy, Prudence letting her have it.
Probably at least bisexual. Your gut feeling is worth something. What he says about himself and how you feel when you hear it is worth more. Can you, I realize this seems wild, but stay with me. Start a conversation with him. Wow, very condescending. This is a cuck. The fact that you seemingly can't talk to each other and that you believe he would hide a major part of himself from you concerns me much more than his honestly pretty amazing-sounding vacation in which he sails around with gay men.
That sounded amazing.
The way he speaks, the fact that he likes to look nice. Stop playing detective and sit down for a heart-to-heart with the person you married. If you still don't believe what he says or trust him to be honest, deal with it rather than asking someone to judge him against a list of stereotypes. Wow.
My answer would have been yes, he's gay. Next article.
Yeah, he's gay, right? He is?
Yes.
It's obvious.
I mean,
That's
here's
fine.
a lady who wants you to email into her so she can answer your question, then you get berated for doing it.
Really?
I'm in me
It's like Pepper and Genie with our audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, they hate us, man.
But I'm with Doug, just answer your question. Yeah, if you're on a sailboat naked with a bunch of gay guys, a good chance you're gay.
Yeah, and you know that they're gay. You're just asking for it if you take your clothes off.
You're on a sailboat. That's like step one.
Even when I was in the hot tub with Chase.
Going on a sailboat means that you're looking to engage in man-on-man activity.
If you're naked with other gay gentlemen, probably so.
Yeah, Doug, it gets before that. When someone goes, hey, let's get on a sailboat, yeah.
It sounds like this trip Jackson's going to make to Gatlinburg.
Unless you're doing a competitive sailboat competition or in those kind of leagues to where you're racing up against other boats.
America's Cup, but they weren't naked.
The problem is
Was that Dennis Connors?
Ted Turner was never naked when he sailed America.
You're so hinged on the wind that if there's no breeze, you're stuck out in the middle with a bunch of dudes. Of course, sex is obvious going to be the next thing you do.
We got a lot of name change requests coming into the EDF text inbox. Can you change my text name to Straight Sailor with a Lisp? That's from Herb's Hog. KG in O-Town says, will you change my name to New Lisp? Who dis? And Uncle Cucker says, going on a trip with all men in which there are less beds than people is very suspect. That's from Uncle Cucker.
Oh, no, that was a shot at
And this is what Jackson's up against.
Yep.
He's not on a yacht.
How many gentlemen are there?
Upwards of 13.
How many beds are there?
Certainly not that many.
Okay.
I'll change KG into O-Towns. I don't want to lose out on Herb's Hog. It's such a good name.
Is it Herb?
No. It's not Herb himself, but
Funny how
I guess
confident
it's-
he is. He goes by Herb's Hog.
There's nothing wrong with it if that's what you're into.
Sure.
But just because you have a gay friend in high school growing up, and if that guy took you surfing or sailing, and you want to get naked, fine. I love getting naked when I'm out on the water.
Cut that off.
But if it's in a whole sailboat of guys
Why do you care
naked,
about
they're all
getting
gay.
naked? Why do you care about getting naked on the water?
I just like being naked. But if there's a whole sailboat of guys and they're all gay and they all get naked, and you're the only straight guy on there, the chances are you're not the only straight guy. You're not straight.
Yeah, you're not straight for sure.
There's nothing wrong with that, but I don't know why I'm with Prudence. Why would you ask her? Why don't you just ask the dude?
Because
I
it's
know
a made-up
I know
letter.
it's made-up stories, but still, make it sound real. Go to
I'm gay for Doug.
Go to
Guys, what if you're on a catamaran in a big yellow diaper? Thanks. That's from Mr. 63011.
I don't see how that's at all relative.
Strictly for safety.
He had pants on.
Nothing more.
And it wasn't a boat full of gay people.
And everyone else had the same damn cummerbund on.
But yours is the only one they saw.
No, some might be able to jackets on.
Yeah.
I didn't see anybody with a
Yeah, there were a
jacket.
few jackets on there. They ran
Well,
out.
I tried to grab a jacket, and they said, no, cummerbund. Damn it.
Well,
I can swim, too.
well, but they don't want to lose anybody.
Yes.
Legal reasons.
Everybody thinks they can swim.
So for
Then you get
legal
in the
reasons, I have to
ocean.
get grilled about this damn thing I didn't want to wear in the first place.
Well, we didn't have to take pictures of it,
Mm-mm.
but we did.
Well,
We posted them.
Man, we are killing it today.
I thought it was, a decent little outfit I had.
It didn't look bad, buddy. And actually, you did what I asked you to do. I asked you to not go down the slide like everybody else. I wanted you to jump in, turn to the camera, and do a cannonball.
I did, a little can opener.
So you were ordering Jackson around with the catamaran?
No, I just asked him to do it for picture purposes.
Yeah, and I obliged. I didn't want to go down a slide.
And again,
What's the
you
fun in that?
yelled. Then again, you yelled out, "Tigers going to the big dance!"
Boy, I feel vindicated on that one.
And the guy said, "Tigers,
Yeah, he was
Lions." He didn't know what he was saying.
No, he's a faithful. True
Well,
son.
he was Jamaican. I don't think he knew it.
No.
Missouri's captured the hearts of Jamaicans. Doug, it is Valentine's Day. It's going to be magical. What is everybody? Plowhawk, what are you doing? Oh, you're going to, what's that place?
Russell's on Macwind is tomorrow. Madison has a work event tonight, so I got her flowers yesterday. I'm going to go pick up the little treats I ordered today.
Oh, nice.
But we're mainly doing it tomorrow. I think we're going to order maybe some pizza Tivoli, maybe some sushi.
Pizza Tivoli?
Yeah, it's
Pizza
right there
sushi.
off of Holly Hills and Kings Highway.
Pretty solid spot.
It's very good wood fire style pizza dough.
Oh.
And then just kind of hang out. So that doing Russell's Macwind tomorrow, and then the Blues game on Thursday. Yeah.
I don't know if this was sent in by my wife or one of our listeners' wives, but here it is for Valentine's Day. Dear Deidre, Valentine's is going to go with a bang as I plan to suggest a threesome with our neighbor. I think my husband's going to love it. She's 37, divorced, and is involved in our sex life more than she knows.
What?
I can't stop fantasizing about her. I'm a 35-year-old woman, and my husband is 38.
Mm-hmm.
We've always got on with our neighbor. She's confident, sexy, and a lot of fun. Last year, she had a summer party, and we both went along. Do you need to say along there?
No,
we both
you don't
went.
have to say that. No.
That's starting
We
to
both
think,
went.
The drink was flowing. You like that? The drink was flowing?
Don't care for that either.
It's about the Florida win in 21. And as people started leaving, my neighbor bumped into me as I came out of the loo. You like that?
Don't care for that also.
She grabbed me and kissed me full on the mouth.
Mm.
It took me by surprise, but it was a lovely experience. She said, "Don't worry, I kissed your hubby half an hour ago." When we got home, I asked my husband about it, and he confirmed that she'd kissed him too. We were getting into bed, and when I told my husband what she'd done to me, he was so turned on that we had the best sex we've ever had. The atmosphere was amazing.
The atmosphere.
Since then, we've gotten to a bit of role play with me imagining and telling my husband that I am her. He's never bothered with foreplay much before, but when I pretend to be our neighbor, he will do anything I ask. But I do worry that he might like her more than me. Still, if I were up for a threesome with her, he'd jump at the chance. So I was going to suggest it in my Valentine's card to him. My plan is to ask her round for dinner. You
Don't
like that?
say
Ask-
round. Ask her round for dinner. I don't like this at all.
Get the wine flowing, and then suggest she join us upstairs for some sexy time. Why'd she turn into Borat right there, right at the end?
Sexy time.
I'm definitely feeling positive, but will my neighbor and husband think I'm weird? Deidre's got an answer. This is great, because I know a lot of our
suspect she
listeners
does.
are having threesomes today.
Yeah.
It's difficult to know. Many couples enjoy fantasies and role play, but they're safe in the knowledge that those thoughts remain just in their heads. I also hear from couples when threesomes wreck relationships. Will you be able to keep this interaction as a one-off or even a side activity in your relationship, or will it become more than that? Is that what you want? If you're serious about exploring this, then agree on limits with your husband. It's essential you are clear and honest with each other. Otherwise, this could be the last Valentine's you spend together. My threesome support pack will explain more. Oh, nice. Threesome support
A
pack.
support pack. People have been victimized by a threesome.
So to our listeners, I know a lot of our listeners are going to be having threesomes tonight.
A lot. I would say most.
I got it at 51%.
Yeah.
Heads up, especially if your wife wants to sleep with your neighbor.
Huh. Well, we didn't get to report whether this actually happened. She's just considering it.
Yeah, you never hear the, a follow-up email, what happened.
Yeah, I would like a follow-up.
I would. Deidre, thank you for your advice. We are divorced.
Like a Where Are They Now segment.
Mm-hmm. Because if you're going to make up the first letter, you may as well
make up the second one. Make up a good story on the second one.
Just go wait 2 or 3 weeks.
Thank you for your advice, Deidre. Your pack ruined our marriage. We tried it. You told us to do this, and we're divorced. Thank you. I'd like a follow-up.
Iggy, something that can ruin your marriage is not getting erect. Well, that's where you come into play, though, isn't it? That's where you come into play right here, Bill.
That could ruin a lot of marriages.
You have any solutions?
Yeah, well, there's something you can do. You can go to BlueChew.com.
He does.
It's all about confidence. Confidence comes with sports. It also comes in the bedroom.
Confidence comes with sports? Well, is that what you said?
That off. It can be a
When
nice
it comes-
T-shirt.
when it
How are
comes
the
to
sports?
sports-
Are they great?
When it comes to
Confidence
sports,
comes with sports.
when it comes to sports, how do you perform? You have to have confidence in what you're doing. You
Gotta
can't go
have
out
it,
there and
Doug.
say, I'm never going to make this kick. That's not what you're just like, you go into the bedroom, I'm never going to get hard.
Yeah.
What game is that?
What, the field goal?
Super Bowl.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he didn't go out there saying, I'm not going to kick this 35-yarder. We're going to lose. He had
Well, he would've
confidence.
slipped on the turf.
Yeah. he has
Blue Chew
confidence.
couldn't have fixed that.
Now
Well,
it's
he
starting to
couldn't
make
fix that,
sense
but
to me.
now
At
if you-
first, I didn't.
You want confidence in the bedroom, go to BlueChew.com.
Yeah.
Unique online service delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in a chewable form at a fraction of the cost. And now, if you're worried about what it tastes like when you chew this tablet, they have Vardenafil. It's a mint-flavored chewable, same active ingredients as Levitra and Staxant. Blue Chew is an online prescription service. No visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Ships right to your door in a discreet package in a few days. Now, you can't get it by tonight. So if you're planning on getting a boner for Valentine's Day and surprising your significant other, it's not going to happen tonight because you're not going to get it overnight. But you can give it to as a present. Honey, it's not going to help you tonight, but your Valentine's present is coming in a couple of days in the form of an erection.
Oh.
Blue Chew's licensed medical providers will work with you to find the right ingredient and strength for your prescription. Don't like swallowing pills? No problem. It's a chewable form. And here's the kicker for you. Go to BlueChew.com. When you check out, type in TMA as the password. TMA.
Case sensitive?
TMA.
TMA.
And you get your first order free.
How much is the first order if I type
free,
that in?
Free. $5 shipping and handling, but, it's free. Come to your door in a few days, and guess what? You'll surprise you. Guess what, honey? We haven't had sex in a while because I can't get hard. Guess what? Get in bed. You're going to get rammed.
Oh, that's not in the copy.
Yeah, is that in the copy, Greedy?
No, I don't think so.
Do we have to dump during a live read?
That's
close.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's close.
Anyway, that's BlueChew.com. Type in TMA, first order free. Your significant other will thank me. You'll thank me. And you'll thank Blue Chew.
You're kind of the hero in this.
Well, I kind of ad-lib a lot of it, and hopefully you're listening to me saying, I'm tired of going to bed and can't do anything. You can't do anything with this limp thing.
Oh, gosh.
Just be honest.
Yeah, no, it's an honest live read. Hey, Longo Biggs is a new sponsor of the Ryan Kelly Morning After. We welcome them on board, loyal TMA listeners. CD and Doug of Longo Biggs. When you are injured, it is a confusing process, and what they do at Longo Biggs is they take the hassle out of your hands. Most people don't know how to even begin an insurance claim. What they do is they walk you through everything. There is potentially lots of money on the line, and they will help you get every dollar you deserve. They're local guys, grew up in South City and grew up in South County, and they will go to trial. In injury cases, justice gets paid in dollars, and you can count on this. CD or Doug of Longo Biggs will be the lead attorney in your case. You'll get to personally know your attorney. Oftentimes when you're calling these big corporations, what winds up happening is these big partnerships, what winds up happening is they farm it out to somebody, and then the goal is just to try to get a settlement. Well, that's not the deal with CD or Doug at Longo Biggs. I've gotten to know them. They're friendly, down-to-earth guys who listen to the program. Giant out-of-state law firms don't care about their reputation in the community. They do. They accept all personal injury cases, but focus on car accidents, trucking accidents, and catastrophic injuries, and they make the entire process easy for the clients. To learn more, go to longobiggs.com. That's LONGOBIGGS.com. If you are hurt, you need to do what's best for your family. And what's best for your family is going to longobiggs.com. That's LONGOBIGGS.com. The office is right there, Doug, right off of Watson Road.
Oh, close to me.
Yeah. Well,
I may just be filing lawsuits left and right.
CD or Doug, they can hook you up. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements. It is 8:59 in St. Louis. In a matter of moments in Jupiter, Florida, John Mozeliak's contract extension press conference is taking place. It's taking place at 9 o'clock Central. We'll see what's going on there. Thought that was weird at the winter warm-up that he wasn't under contract after 2023. Now it's been tended to.
Yeah.
2 more
Probably
years.
in negotiations. Now he doesn't make near as much as Drinkwitz, but he hadn't had the success.
He doesn't have the impact that Drinkwitz has.
I have no idea what Mozeliak makes.
I don't either, but I bet it's not $6 million.
I bet you $3.58 million preseason.
That might be about right.
That sounds about right, doesn't it?
Some incentives for division title, NLCS, World Championship.
I could see that as well. Under 4, though, Doug, is my guess.
That'd be my guess. But Drinkwitz, 6 and probably underpaid for all the success they've had.
Underpaid for sure, and big capital letters.
Let's see what we got here. President's Day clearance sale at Appliance Discounters, sponsor of 8 o'clock hour. All month at Appliance Discounters, they have an 80,000 square foot warehouse filled with appliances, and they all need to go. Huge savings on all brands, including GE, Bosch, LG, Samsung, Frigidaire, Thermador. Huge savings, huge cash rebates, 12 months interest-free financing. Check this deal out. Buy a Thermador range, and you get the dishwasher for free. Add a refrigerator, and you get free ventilation. That's right, free appliances. Hurry in or shop online at theappliancediscounters.com. Appliance Discounters, your hometown appliance source featuring major brands like GE. Online at theappliancediscounters.com. It's 9 o'clock in St. Louis. We'll take a break. Come back with Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour and your emails for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. HD1, by the way. It's Sports Talk with Tim McKernan and Action Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each weekday, right after the morning after. It's the worst named show in the history of radio, but the content's pretty good, so check it out on 101 ESPN or get the podcast on the TMA app.
I'm Ryan Kelly. Average credit card rates are at 19.1%. They haven't been this high since July of 91. 35% of households are taking on new credit to cover the basic expenses. If you're a homeowner, you don't have to live like this. According to CoreLogic, the average borrower has almost $300,000 in equity. With a simple cash-out refinance, we can pull out that equity and give you your cash at closing. Start fresh on the path to financial freedom today. TheHomeLoanExpert.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326240.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Strode. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. And James, I love getting emails from listeners who support the sponsors. I got one last week from a client of yours who switched, and you immediately saved him $1,000, and it meant the world to him.
The area that we're really having an impact on people's finances are people with drivers under the age of 25. We're seeing material savings for these types of clients, hundreds, if not even thousands of dollars per year.
James Carlton, Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, 314-961-4800, or go online at carltoninsurance.net.
Urban Dictionary defines thirsty as purposely, knowingly, and recklessly attempting to gain fame to boost self-esteem. So, are you thirsty? Well, TMA has you covered. Become a part of the 2023 TMA Listener of the Month Club. You nominate yourself for a monthly award. And if you win, you get recognition and stuff to help you satisfy that insatiable thirst. We're talking January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, etc. Go to TMASTL.com or the TMA app. Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information. Tell us why you deserve to be TMA Listener of the Month. And if you don't want to use your real name or photo, we don't really care. The TMA Listener of the Month. Get recognized just for being you or fake you or whatever. Quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila with Milagro in the morning after on KPNT HD2.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan of TMA, and we are thrilled to have another new sponsor on board the show. A couple of guys I have gotten to know. Longo Biggs, Injury Law, Doug Biggs, and C.D. Longo here with me. And C.D., one of the things that I want our audience to know is this. When people get injured in an accident, they don't necessarily know what to do, and that's where you guys come into play.
Yeah. Tim, it can be a very confusing process. If you get hurt in a car accident or injured some other way, people do not know what to do. They don't even know how to start a claim. We're going to take the hassle out of your hands and make the entire process very easy. Injury cases are potentially worth a lot of money. We're going to make sure you get every dollar you deserve. We're very excited to be part of the TMA family. We're hoping to have a lot of fun with this. If you are a loved one, do get injured, please remember us at Longo Biggs Injury Law. You can visit our website at longobiggs.com, and that is Biggs with 2 G's.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
The Tim McKernan Show podcast, featuring long-form interviews with people from the world of sports, politics, and entertainment.
And our guest today, Bill McClellan. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Tim.
What's up, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Joe Buck, our guest today.
Man, it's like I haven't seen you in years.
More than 500 episodes and counting, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts, including the TMA STL app. Get the app now at TMASTL.com.
Hey, it's Jackson from Mark Hanna. TMA listeners have a lot to think through financially. Saving for retirement and college while also paying bills and enjoying life along the way. Whether you're like me and starting your financial planning, or if you're already retired, call Mark Hanna. Mark works with you to design a strategy to do your finances right. It's a straightforward approach that starts with a 15-minute phone call to discuss your needs. Visit evergreenstl.com or give Mark a call at 314-889-0503 today. Mark Hanna offers securities through Equitable Advisors and insurance and annuity products through Equitable Network, LLC.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
I'm as moist as a freshly baked Betty Crocker cake.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2,
Collinsville, St. Louis.
It's Ryan Kelly Morning After. Welcome back. Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Plowhawk Action Jackson with you. Iggy had to head home. And he's going to come back.
He went home?
It's gone.
His assignments are piling up, that's for sure. At least he tackles them immediately. As soon as they come in, he gets on them.
There is
He doesn't put them, doesn't put them to side.
There is an urgency. Michael Walker has signed a deal with the San Diego Padres.
Oh.
By the way.
Would have been interesting to get him back to St. Louis. He's kind of resurrected his career.
He has.
Boy, he was a stud there for a while.
2013, brother.
Mm-hmm. He was as good as anybody going there for a while.
The guy.
Just barely lost out on a no-hitter.
Ryan Zimmerman.
He was our go-to guy in the playoffs there.
That's right. MVP of the NLCS, if I'm not mistaken.
That sounds right. Yeah.
He started Game 2 and Game 6.
And he could not pitch a game without some analyst saying, "Oh, he's got that downward plane." Is he the first tall pitcher in the history of the major leagues?
That's correct.
Waka did win the NLCS MVP in 2013 at the age of 22.
Oh, man.
32 Bills now.
And to think that he peaked at 22.
Maybe he'll have a second peak.
Yeah, if he hadn't got hurt so much, he might have been a, regular all-star quality pitcher.
It's our Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. We're in the Michelob Ultra Studios. 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs. That's Michelob Ultra for you. And we are grateful for their sponsorship of the studios and our upcoming golf tournaments. Send your emails in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Doug, we are officially at the halfway point of the month of February. And when I look at the forecast with Design Air Heating and Cooling, I'm telling you, I see one day over the next 10 days in which the high does not get into the 40s.
Yeah.
I only see 2 days in the next 10 days, that doesn't get into the 40s, and only 1 day in addition to that doesn't get into the 50s. I mean, what are we doing here?
And this is usually one of the worst months of weather, maybe the worst that we have.
Indeed. But alas, here you go. Doesn't mean that it's going to be super warm. It's just not going to be freezing cold. Either way, you still have your furnace on. If you run into any issues, go to designairservice.com and work with the great Seth Goldcamp and his staff. Doug Vaughn is a client. I am a client. They are the official HVAC provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com. You click on the Book Now tab, and within seconds, a service technician will be communicating with you. And I would tell you within hours, a service technician will be out at your home repairing. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com. And don't forget, I guess we have people fired up for the STL Dogs merch that's at tmastlshop.com. They're there for you. Check them out. Get them. Got to get the hats.
Yeah, it'd be great to have about 15,000 dog-wearing hats.
Yeah.
Or hat-wearing dogs, or fans wearing dog hats.
Flanagan.
At the game.
Flanagan was in our neck of the woods over the weekend.
No.
He was down in Springfield, Missouri. There's actually a PBA event there.
The Ned Reynolds Classic?
He's doing all the...
There's a bowling tournament.
In Springfield, yeah. He was doing all the... he does all the play-by-play leading up to the Fox broadcast.
He's the Chris Schenkel.
Oh,
Kinda,
I used to love Chris. Wow-wee. That was Chris Schenkel. It's like Mr. Rogers doing pro sports.
He needs a strike here, Bo. Yeah, but he was in Springfield.
Well, that's nice. You just got back from your assignment to tell us that Flanagan is in Springfield at a bowling
I heard Tim
tournament.
talking about the swag, and that's what Flanagan does.
Okay.
Swag.
I texted him about something else.
Selling low-grade weed on the platform.
When Tom Brady announced last week that he won't join Fox until 2024, arguably no one was happier than current number one NFL analyst Greg Olsen, as explained by Andrew Marchand of the New York Post. Olsen makes $10 million per year as the top dog at Fox. When Brady bumps Olsen to the number 2 role, Olsen's salary will drop $7 million to $3 million. And while $3 million is still, $3 million, it's not $10 million. Some wonder whether Brady will ever actually become a game analyst at Fox. Olsen has 7 million reasons per year to wonder whether that happens.
Right.
The question for Olsen then becomes whether another top job at another network will become available once his current contract with Fox ends, which is after the 2026 season. That is from Pro Football Talk.
If I was Brady, I don't think I'd want that job. Because I think he'll get movie offers and acting roles and
80 for Brady is going to get nominated.
Oh, Jesus. We're going to forget that existed 6 months from
Probably
now.
best original screenplay.
But if I'm Brady, and I get it, make your money, this contract is worth more than what he made in the NFL. I think it's like $375 million for 10 years.
Yeah.
But if I'm him and I see Greg Olsen taking a $7 million pay cut and I'm worth a $500 million, and this is really what Greg Olsen wants to do, I highly doubt this is really what Tom Brady wants to do. I bet you he does not do a single game.
And
I hope he doesn't.
There's going to be a lot of pressure making $37 million a year. What could he possibly say if you brought John Madden back to life? I don't think he could say anything that'd be worth $37 million a year.
Yeah. So I'm hoping Greg Olsen makes $10 million, is the number one guy.
Yeah.
And people are like, just have Brady and Olsen. Like, they have no idea, what a play-by-play guy actually does.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin
now we got a $47.5 million booth before we even got to Kevin Burkhardt's salary.
Kevin Burkhardt is legit, and you need a guy like him, similar to where Romo needs a guy like Nance to, make it professional.
You know what I feel bad for, and I think he's still at Fox.
Flanagan?
Is
Charles Davis.
Charles Davis.
Yes.
Well, he moved up. He moved up to number 2. Now he's going to go back down to 3. So I don't think he'd be happy. I mean, he's one of the best out there, and he's a number 2 analyst on Fox. Now he's going to drop down to 3. He's like, I'm trying to move up, and I'm going down.
Charles Davis, Olsen, those guys are all better. RG3, I'm even put there, all better than Romo. There's a... It's amazing how great these guys are, and now they're in the number 3 rotation. And I don't get it. I would like to hear Romo or Olsen and RG3 combo. I think that'd be fun.
Who's going to be play-by-play?
Yeah, who cares?
There you go. That meeting's over.
Sold. I think Brady this off year is going to show him that, like, ooh, I kind of like this, do whatever I want whenever I want to idea, and maybe he will not take the gig. Because, I mean, obviously he's leaving some money on the table, but he's super rich
He's going to
already.
have to find something else that captures his, spirit.
I could see him being a part of a group that buys a team. Like, I think that, big business for him, I think is.
I agree with the business element. I think this was more of a Fox move than a Brady move. I think Fox was panicking because they were losing Aikman and Buck. And one of the things because people go, well, what does it matter? People are going to watch the games either way. But when they're pitching the NFL networks their packages, when rights fees come, they're not rights fees. When the rights come up, they want to have the best broadcast package to get Super Bowls and to make sure that they keep teams. And this is a part of the deal. So that's why they do it. And so what a benefit. I mean, it was Amazon. It's like Live Golf changed the PGA Tour. Amazon changed the landscape for NFL broadcasters because that was the domino that led to the Troy Aikman conversation. Remember, Aikman was going to be going to Amazon. And then all of a sudden the ESPN thing happened, and Joe and Aikman wanted to continue to work together, and Joe was up after this year. I don't think Joe really was all that interested in continuing to do baseball, so now he gets to make $15 million a year and not do baseball. My God, How great is that? So,
but also, I think, and I know this sounds ridiculous, but Tom Brady did invest and is investing, along with a lot of other athletes, in pickleball. I know the pickleball league, he is buying a team.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. It's kind of, but it's tripled in popularity the last 5 years. Maybe that's that next venture.
LeBron has a team.
LeBron has a team. I'm not saying
I think
he
that'll be
won't-
passive income.
Chaffetz has a
Correct,
team.
Jackson. I don't think he's going to put all of his eggs in that basket and travel with the team, doing the pickleball circuit. But I think something like that, I could see him maybe getting involved in, maybe a role on an NFL team or whatever. I just think he'd be weird in the booth. I don't know. I always thought Peyton Manning and Eli wouldn't be a good combo either, and they're absolutely amazing. So I'm not for sure how he would be in the booth.
Yeah. Eli Manning just feels like one of the guys.
I love Eli.
Brady kind of not so much. Maybe he is, but he just kind of seems like he's almost too pristine. He's like a level ahead of just the other guys in the locker room. Maybe that's a totally inaccurate depiction of it. That's just kind of the image that you get.
I just don't think he's going to be a great broadcaster. That's not a shot. If anything, he might be too normal to be a good broadcaster. Oftentimes, you got to have a little weirdness going on. I'd just be surprised. But maybe he'll kill it. Manning, I thought would be great. Peyton, I think Eli works because of the foil that is Peyton's more straight arrow element. I don't think if you put Eli Manning in the booth with Jim Nantz, you'd have magic.
Oh, could you have?
But if you put him there with Peyton and they have that, brotherly chemistry that they can play off each other, and he's got the 2 wins against the Patriots in the Super Bowls, and he did it in New York. I mean, that gives him equity. I think what you've seen also here, Olsen was a very good player, don't get me wrong, but I don't think anybody's assuming he's going to go to Canton. So perhaps this thing where you've got to be a superstar in the league to get these jobs may go by the wayside. A guy who has really done incredibly well for himself was by no means a household name, and now I think he's crossed over into news, too. Doug, you know who I'm talking about? You like guessing games, don't you?
Initials, please.
Nate Burleson.
Love him. Oh.
Now, do you know who I'm talking about?
I know the name. I'm trying to put a face to it.
Basketball player, wasn't
It's on CBS this morning, if I'm not correct, right?
Yep.
With Gail
King.
He was but he was a wide receiver for the Vikings and Seahawks and Lions and Browns. And he stopped playing in 2014. Well, now he's, like you said, Plowhawk, he's doing CBS News, too. So he started off on the NFL Network, was solid, but, by no means was he a superstar player.
Jesse Palmer, kind of the same way. He was a player, wasn't he?
Well, he's doing like ET stuff.
Yeah, he does Bachelor, hosts The Bachelor.
Yeah. But, he did do college football in addition.
But, he's not doing politics. He's not going on news shows.
Well,
ET's
Burleson's
like
doing
entertainment.
morning television. And that's... That's the hybrid club of news and entertainment. Everything is funny on morning television.
Oh, hysterical.
What about the cooking segments?
Delicious. That's what they always say.
Is that ginger?
You have to say that.
I would have never thought ginger.
I would say I'm sick from school.
I'd like to see one person, Doug, just take a bite and say, God, that's awful.
Yeah, that's
what did you put in there? I wouldn't eat this crap.
Guys, Iggy probably has a story about Nate Burleson peeing on him.
I didn't know who he is. I thought he was a basketball player.
That'd be one of the sweetest stories
Isn't there a Nate
ever.
Burleson who played basketball?
Nate Robinson.
Oh, I know that.
There was a Burleson. It was like a 7-footer for North Carolina State, right?
Yeah, I thought that was a Burleson.
Here we go. You know who this is, Iggy, correct? I didn't click on one of the photo, but you can.
Yeah, I've seen him.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure. I think he's really good on both platforms that he has.
I just don't watch morning news.
Some of those guys are just natural. Michael Strahan is just a complete natural in everything he does.
Yep.
I think
It
Burleson's
seems so
got
easy
a little
for him.
bit better talent level.
I don't know. Strahan's awfully likable on the air with everything that he does.
I really like Strahan.
Yeah.
That whole Fox crew, the pregame show stuff, I think those guys are all great.
But Jackson, and I'll be devil's advocate because I grew up on. I can't believe they've been doing this for 25 years. At least Howie and Jimmy and.
That's how long it's been? 25?
I've been a kid since watching Fox football, and I know Terry Bradshaw, Howie, and Jimmy have been a part of that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. I forgot who the original one. James Brown was the original
studio host.
Yeah. But they need to mix it up a little bit. I think Terry may be getting a little old. I think you need to add a little bit more youth to that show.
They put Gronk on there for a little, didn't they?
I don't like the Gronk thing.
Well, I just gave you someone younger.
No, I get it. Maybe more analyst than personality or athlete.
I don't watch it that often. Jimmy Johnson is useless on that thing.
I would think more Terry Bradshaw seems a little bit more.
It's wildly popular. I don't suppose he'll mess with it anytime soon. Unless one of them retires.
Wonder what they make.
Do you have their numbers?
A couple mil, I would think.
I don't know if their salaries are public, but I don't know.
Wouldn't be public unless they let them become public, but I would think a couple million.
Well, Tim had an article written about him.
That's right.
You know?
It's a good time.
Yeah. And those guys
Nice
on
reaction.
popular network TV shows, they make a boatload of money.
Is that guy still doing the picks, the comedian?
Rob Riggle.
Rob Riggle.
I liked him.
I like Rob Riggle.
I enjoyed those. I would go to watch that specifically.
He made it to like colonel in the Army.
He did.
Yeah.
He was rock chalk too.
Yeah.
Big Chiefs fan.
Tim, has Ken paid you his fee for pick six?
Oh no.
Harrison's brother.
Oh no, Crest. We're at Crest now.
That dropped him. It just absolutely dropped him.
I don't know why it's any of your business. I really don't.
I rest my case on this investigation as well. That's from Harrison's brother, man.
Well, you don't need to rest it. Because you're never going to find out why.
Never?
No, because it's none of your business.
Oh. Okay. We're just interested. That's all.
Well, it's not any of his business.
No, it doesn't seem to be.
I don't want to get in anyone's business.
Doug, this show is being audited by the audience.
Boy, is it ever.
Got bank auditors coming in.
You can't do
hope they
anything.
don't.
I mean,
God,
you're not
please
even
don't
on
audit
Pick
this
6.
show.
I would venture to guess you never even listened to it. I know I didn't. I was on it. Well, I was on it a couple times, and we just started going with Jackson and Tim.
Okay.
Well,
You won't have to worry about it next year.
No.
Not on the next year.
Oh.
Now, pick six will.
I'm done with it.
We'll be having a rehab. I'm not sure I'm going to continue it. I got to stop doing a bunch of things. That's what I need to do. I need to narrow my scope.
You don't have enough things to do.
I need
Just
to
add some things
narrow
to it.
my scope is what I need to do. A real man pays his wagers. Not paying a wager is similar to sandbagging at the club championship. That's from Harrison's brother, man.
You could pay it. You'd come up with $7,000 to pay that, couldn't you?
I think I'm with Iggy though. The Croatia thing would have killed me in my motivation.
I don't know. He bet Croatia to win. They won, and he lost the bet.
I can't
What are you
get
complaining
over,
about?
I can't get over.
Can you imagine if Iggy had come in first place in pick six and Prod Joe said he wasn't going to pay? Yikes. That's from KG and O-Town.
Well, he got a good point there.
You need to stay out of it, too, because you really have no idea what's
But he
going on.
had a pretty good point.
Yeah, I'm
Pretty
not
good point.
saying it was a terrible point. I think I'm with Doug, but
far as points go, that was a pretty good one.
Come on, Doug.
Mm-hmm. Would you have held Joe's feet to the fire for not paying?
I think there would have been
no response at all to that.
But I think there would have been subtle shots without him making Joe pay. I think he would have caused a scene, but I don't think he would have forced Joe to pay. If I know my friend Iggy. It would have been good show fodder, but I don't think he would have forced Joe to pay up.
Yeah. I don't know.
But with that fantasy baseball issue lingering
Right,
still,
from years ago, when you thought you had that one.
Still fresh.
He took that away from you. Snatched it. Big, deep sigh. You're absolutely crestfallen right now.
I wish I could tell you what's going on.
I actually don't know what the cryptic element of it is. I honestly don't.
You don't?
I don't.
I'll tell you at the break.
I'm interested.
Tell us now.
Yeah,
We're
wow.
all
No, I'm
fascinated.
not telling the listeners.
Why not?
I've ever heard
None of
the
their
best
business.
tease.
Doug, I mean, now, how can we not be in the top 20 of the HD2 rankings with that kind of tease?
I don't get it.
It was one of the best teases we've ever had.
No, I thought for sure Tim knew what was going on. But
No. I just knew you were upset about the Croatia bet, and Jackson, when he
Well,
told
that
me
was-
what happened, I was like, oh, this is going to cause a problem.
That has nothing to do with not paying. I got tired of that. I said, well, I win a bet and I can't win, so why play?
Yeah. That's a telltale sign you're on a losing streak when you win and still lose.
Yeah, when I win 800 and lose, I can't win.
But wasn't the bet that they had to win in regulation?
I didn't see that. That's just.
Well, then that's.
Why would I know that? If you bet a hockey game and it goes to overtime, you win the game if they win in the shootout.
But that's I bet $100 on the Blues on Saturday night against the Coyotes. Dead serious, which you can say is completely moronic. But I kind of got the sense that the boys didn't mind Tarasenko leaving, and I thought they would try to. And they're playing a terrible team, so that was my intuitive. There was no analytics that went into it. That was the intuitive play. Wasn't even paying attention. Didn't realize they were up 5-2 in the third period. So in a way, I'm glad I wasn't paying attention because that would have been tilting. And I was watching the final 2 minutes. Coyotes pull their goalie. I know that if this thing goes to overtime, I lose the bet. That's just the way that the bet is. Because if you want to win money line, you gotta. The Blues are minus 200, but I was minus a half goal, and the Blues have to win in regulation. So that's the reasoning. I wasn't familiar with the Croatia bet. I just know Jackson told me about it.
Right. That's why it was 8-1, is because they had to win regulation.
Well, it wasn't
the odds
given
would
a
never
win.
be that good if they were.
It was given a loss.
Right, because
how do you lose?
Because they didn't win in regulation. The only way that bet hits is
But the Blues lost, and I lost the bet.
Would
Or
it
the
be a
Blues,
push?
excuse me, the Blues won, and I lost the bet.
Yeah, it should be a push.
But they didn't win.
They
That
didn't
was the
lose.
bet.
They didn't lose the game.
What about an extra inning baseball game?
Yeah. What about golf? If I pick a golfer to win, it goes to a playoff. He didn't win a regulation. Playoff
Overtime
doesn't count.
basketball.
But that's they put those qualifiers.
Well, I don't read all of that.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Then you can only blame yourself.
I just
Ignorance
picked a
is
team
bliss.
to win. They won. I lost.
Yeah.
You should probably just pay. It's really the right thing to do. That's from KG No Doubt.
Yeah, again.
This may be full crest.
Again, when I tell Tim at the break what happened, he'll remember it, and then he'll agree that I'm not saying anything.
Does this have to do with Jamie Burkhardt? Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, it's not like we're launching nuclear missiles.
No, I don't want to get Jamie in the middle of this.
Well, Jamie doesn't get Jamie loves this show more than I think anybody, as a matter of fact. So I think he'll be entertained by it. But I believe, tell me if I'm wrong, that you did it because Jamie said he would pay your entry fee. Is that correct?
When I said this year at the beginning that I said I don't want to play this year.
Right.
And you got a text, you can probably go find it, where Jamie said, I'll do the same thing as last year.
Okay, well, I don't know. And he paid your entry fee. Like when I won last year, he paid it, right? Is that right? Okay, all right. So
You think Jamie will pay the $7,000 you owe?
No, I don't owe that.
Oh.
That's just how you keep track of
Be
wins
nice
and
of him if he did.
Well, I didn't lose 7,000. They just kept tacking on 6,000 every week after I went to play.
I think he lost 600 every week. I do have the spreadsheet, and Joe wound up keeping track of it every week.
Well, you don't
And he
wanna
did wind up at minus 7,000.
You don't want to go to debtor's prison.
That's actually really funny.
But that's just how we kept tracked. Last year was wins and losses. This year was money won.
You think this new music show you're thinking about, you could earn enough money to pay off your debts?
I already said it.
payola situation.
If they want to give me some money for it, fine. But I just make some money for the station. I'm happy to come in and spin some tunes.
Producer Joe is listening to the show.
What do you got to say now?
Oh.
Because it has nothing to do with you.
Color me shocked that the loser cannot take responsibility for simple rules, but him not paying makes it easy to never have him involved in Pick 6 again. That's from producer Joe.
Well, I had no intention of playing. If you were listening to the show, I only played for one reason. Because Jamie asked me to play. I want no part of anything you do.
But then you gave it up. Jamie wanted you to play, paid your entry fee, and then you
we
quit.
weren't even on the air.
Croatia bet.
We weren't even doing this show anymore.
Oh.
We did the show, but Jackson and I wanted to do it during the day because after I wanted to spend time with my wife and boys at 6 at night, as opposed to record it when worked for everybody else.
Yeah, and Jackson would just text me and
get the picks.
Yeah,
so that's why it was just
picks,
me and
ASP.
Jackson.
Okay.
The other thing, just from a
pull
gambling standpoint, just strictly gambling, to make picks on a Wednesday is you're really firing darts.
It's kind of stupid. You don't know the weather. You don't know the injury report.
But the point of the podcast, I mean, if anybody's really like tailing our bets, God help them. You know what I mean? It's about the nonsense and the interaction of the people.
Yeah.
Then because the timing, when you have how many people are on the show? 6, right? To get 6 people, 3 of whom have families. I think. Well, 2 of them who have families, but Joe's got a long-time girlfriend. It just wasn't easy, to do. Ideally, I'd do it at noon, and Joe could do it sometimes at noon. And then we got Sound Story and all that stuff, so that's what went on. Anyway, there's the background.
Yeah.
Don't give any other questions. I'm taking questions.
No,
because I know we're going to be... This is good training for these depositions from the listeners.
Right.
I hope you all shut up now about getting to the bottom of it.
Iggy, they're not making...
And you can all now, here comes, sugar daddy, got to have somebody else just like Cletus. Look, I don't want to do the thing. I don't like being anywhere near Joe, having to hear his voice.
Oh.
Every time I do something, he makes up crap and
I
starts
thought you
yelling.
extended an olive branch.
So I didn't even want to do it.
That's so awkward.
Jamie asked me to do it. I said yes, because I love Jamie. So there's the end of it.
It's not the end of it, though. If I know our listeners.
No, it's not.
They'll pick at the
This
scab.
is just the beginning.
It's the end of it from my
what-
point. You can guys say whatever you want, but it's the end of it from my point.
Harrison's brother Master's never been angry.
About what?
Great.
I just proved you're an idiot.
Oh. Wait, now he's asking Jamie to pay his entry fee? That's Harrison's brother Master. I got to tell you, that was not the deal. Jamie offered to pay Iggy's entry fee. Would you agree with that, Iggy?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I didn't
wanna make
ask
sure.
anybody. Like, I'm not going to Jamie and ask. He hasn't given me enough already. Jamie, I need some money. Pay me. God, you're such idiots.
Okay.
I was at Munganess yesterday talking to Clayton because I was getting an oil change and tire rotation.
Fun place to be.
Love that place. And also, I was like, does Jamie really, go from, Alton to, both
West County,
stores in the same
Weco.
day? He said, yeah, he does it daily. But what he loves about it is he's a huge fan of the show and get to podcast and listen to the show. That's how much of a fan Jamie
On
is
the
of
drive
the
up
show.
there.
How about that?
He prefers the long drive so we can listen to our program.
I drive by the
Just a side note,
Acura
Eddie's an amazing
dealership
guy.
on Manchester fairly often, and every time I said, "There's the greatest dealership in the world."
I was
right
there. It was unbelievable. Saw Pete, saw Ryan, saw the boys, saw Clayton. My car was
Great
in there
people.
a half hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Done.
Nice little waiting area too, with some snacks.
I actually had a coffee, a cookie, and a bag of Skittles.
Did you really?
Joe wants to know, he says, makes up crap. What have I made up?
Just go listen to the podcast. You'll
Doug,
find
go
one.
listen to the podcast and you'll find
You believe Joe to be somewhat delusional after taking the nightstick to the head from a police officer. Is that correct? He was on a stoop.
Yeah, I don't know what his problem is.
He was on a stoop and got
He was.
clubbed.
Oh, it's a time kill music.
All I know is that he likes putting beers in his bathroom. That's all I know. Puts beers in his showers and takes pictures of them.
What?
Producer Joe and Pete are the main reason I listen. I miss those guys. I also enjoy when that fatty G unit makes the call from behind a Chuck E. Cheese dumpster. The ambient noise really adds some depth to the presentation. Maybe we can do it on Saturdays? I don't know. It's so tough to get 6 people. I enjoy doing it. I do a show with those guys. I really enjoy doing the show. The issue is the timing. That was the issue.
Yeah, on Saturdays, then you're opening up.
Right.
It's even tougher to do that.
That's when you're going to have more accurate gambling, but that's really 11 o'clock kickoffs Then what happens on 2:30 injury reports or weather, 6 o'clock injury reports or weather?
And Sunday NFL. It's
Sunday NFL. I mean, you don't have injury reports for the 3 p.m. kickoff till 1:30. So I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
The best, though, was when G-Unit was on the show, and he claimed he kept hearing Steve Harvey in his ears.
Oh.
And he was asking us, who's playing Steve Harvey?
It's just Sinbad.
It's always Sinbad.
It's always Sinbad.
Guys, the pout meter for Grandpa Biscuits is set at a record-breaking 10.5 right now. That's from Mr. 63011, who has a very fast golf cart. Mr. 63011, what'd you think of the golf video, by the way? I mean, you were there. Has he given any thoughts on that yet?
He got very aggressive since then. I feel like he was always a well-mannered human there, and then went after that.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Because I saw him, we were talking, and he said, hey, I got a bunch of stuff for Gobble Ball for you. I'll bring it out to the trunk, and he never showed up.
Now that he's met us in person, he feels free to just rip us.
Yeah, maybe in my trunk. I went to his trunk, and there's nothing out there.
Nothing there.
Tim, the issue with doing it on Saturday is timing, and also that crispy crown won't pay his debts. That's from Ricky Rapace.
No.
For the record, to be clear, I told Iggy months ago, don't worry about the 250. Joe was adamant that Iggy pay the 250. I said, I appreciate the sentiment. If I win, I'm not going to spend the time to chase it down. That's my thought process. So now Iggy, Joe, Gangster Pete, and G-Unit all Venmo'd me their $250 yesterday. Jackson and I had whatever the right word is, compromise. Jackson, of the $750 they owed, I took $500. Is that right?
Yeah.
You got $250. Did I just Venmo you $200? Now that I'm thinking this,
I think it was $550 to you, $200 to me.
Oh, okay. All right. So you got your money, right?
Yep.
So everybody's square. The participants are happy. The winning participants are happy.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Joe is happy. I don't think G-Unit or Gangster Pete care. That's what I think. I don't know.
Now, Cletus usually has to pay somebody. What does he owe?
Well, he hasn't had to pay anybody except one every bet I've made. Well, Cletus is my backer, so what's your point?
It just seems like he was used as a bank a few times.
He was, and he never lost. Every time I won 200, he backed me. I gave him 100.
Mm-hmm.
So he's basically betting on me
Yeah.
that I'll back you, but I think you're going to win, so he's going to make money.
Okay.
And these people that do, why they care who's, I'm not going to make a bet if you're not paying. What's the difference? Money's money. Who cares where it's coming from? Like Joe, what do you care? Tim won, you didn't. You have nothing to do with the money.
Yeah.
Except for you didn't know if there was what the final tally was. I don't know. I didn't put in the lines yet.
Now he's talking real gritty.
Doug, this podcast and fantasy baseball, just sources of unfortunate consternation.
Right.
Well, I'm not part of him anymore. I'm done with anything he has to do.
Are you?
You want to shadow run my team?
No.
You still want to golf against him head to head?
I'm not even sure I want to do that anymore.
Oh.
I don't want to be in the vicinity of the guy. I've tried a couple times, and people have put up money for charity to play, and he has no interest, so screw him.
Imagine being 65 and unable to pay a $250 bet that you agreed to pay. Hoping Cletus can run to the bank today after he finishes breastfeeding that married man he lives with.
Oh, stop. Come on.
He breastfeeds the flower?
He can't possibly be lactating.
That was pretty funny, except for the beginning. Again, if you didn't listen to the show 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Why does Joe... Now, I guess I get why this is a thing if Joe won, but it's not even Joe's money anymore.
That's what I said. He says he just wants to bitch because it's me.
I don't know what this is about, but producer Joe is still listening to the show, and he says, nice to know Dip S still follows me on Insta. Quote, I don't care about him, end quote, rent-free, ho. That's producer Joe.
Yeah,
He's claiming he lives rent-free in your head.
No, I get
these. And that you are a hoe.
I get these notifications every once in a while that tells me such and such is on Instagram. And it said somebody you may know or a friend on whatever. It says Prod Joe is on Instagram.
Well, absolutely.
I just clicked on it. And he hadn't posted one in like 2 years. And then another one came up from some skiing trip where he had a Corona beer in his shower. And then I looked at some of his pictures because I was already on there, and it's like half of them are beers in the shower.
Seriously?
Shower beers are cool.
Is that right, Jackson?
Yeah, big fan. I had a couple in
Taking a
Laredo,
shower
Jamaica.
and drinking a beer at the same time?
Yeah, it's fun.
I guess he's cool then because he had a couple of beers in his shower and
See what's
posted
going
pictures
on
of it.
See, why doesn't Buck Swope? Buck Swope went through all this trouble to do 2 different Iggy P stories. We have Prod Joe, who inside of his butt was bleeding.
Oh,
and his explanation was he tripped and fell on like a dumbbell or a
yeah, in a gym.
And we all just believed that.
Well, that
and
could
to me,
happen.
out of all the TMA stories of all the characters that we've had on this show, that one to me needs more investigating.
Well, to be fair, there's nothing inherently wrong with bleeding out of your ass.
Okay. Well, I might disagree with you, even though I love you, Jackson. There is definitely questions that need to be had.
There are questions
if it's
to
a
be
simple
had.
hemorrhoid,
There's no
I'm
doubt.
all for it. Get the cream.
I mean, if you had...
You're all for hemorrhoids?
Look, if you got...
Lousy for hemorrhoids.
HD2 is pro-hemorrhoid.
Look, if you
Kind
got...
of the hemorrhoid of radio.
If you got cut on your tailbone, is that what he said it was, his tailbone?
Yeah.
And you wear like those old man pants that pull up to your neck, then the ass would be right on about the tailbone.
It could happen, though. How do you think he hurt his bottom?
Doug, we already know about the Andy Dick.
Was this
what
when Andy Dick
did
left
happen,
the room?
What didn't happen?
Andy Dick was Las Vegas. The
Yeah.
bleeding tailbone was Jupiter, Florida.
Okay, so it wasn't Andy Dick.
Well, my thing is, you have those stories that go along with Joe.
Yeah.
You have him saying, I'm gay.
Yes.
For the record, on the Instagram, producer Joe has posted 15 pictures. Of those 15 pictures, 4 are pictures of beers and showers.
That's a lot.
It's almost 25%.
That's a lot. He's not
and
drinking them in the pictures, though, right? It's just a beer on the bathtub floor.
And then I think a few skiing pictures, like, hey, look at me, I'm on the slopes.
Producer
Well,
Joe has
that's what
texted,
everyone does.
Rent, period, free,
It's not rent.
period.
It's not rent free. I mean, an Instagram notification came up. I looked, and that's it. I haven't been back to your page yet.
But the purpose of
I
Instagram
live
is
rent
to
free
share
in your head
pictures.
because every time you text in, it's about me.
Oh.
So I guess the shoe's on the other foot.
Mm-hmm. I would just like to see some détente between the Duceys.
Well, it'll never happen. I give people a chance, but if you're just going to go around being a douche the rest of your life and just hold grudges, that's fine. You do what you want. That makes you happy.
There it is. Pick 6 for 2022. 2023 is in the books. Successful season.
Yeah.
Sounds like very
Tiny
little
little
no
bow.
drama.
Everybody's leaving happy.
Everybody gotten paid. It means we got that covered.
Harris's brother Master will not let it go. He wants me to get my $250. I am looking out for Tim. He is owed $250 by Ken. Pay the man his money, you wanker.
Oh.
Well, if you listen to what we talked about, I don't owe Tim anything.
Oh.
Isn't that pretty simple explanation what we talked about?
He might be the worst listener we have.
Why don't you pay him if you wanted to have it so bad? Maybe he'll send you an email and you can tell all your friends that Tim emailed you.
I think with the guys like this, I think we need to screenshot his text history, how many times he texts in, what he says, send it back to him, and kind of a reflection.
Yeah,
You know,
this is how you're spending your
this
days.
is what I'm doing with my morning. Because he's very angry and aggressive.
You think he's at work doing this or at home?
Hell no, that dude doesn't work at all.
Oh.
Does he play golf? If you're around my handicap, let's go play.
Oh, put your mouth where your golf is.
KG in O-Town has sent in a screenshot of Iggy apparently filleting a chocolate bar and says, let's not criticize producer Joe's Instagram activity.
Yeah, you pulled up one out of all my Instagram posts.
Why would you post such a picture
Doug, here
on a
is-
show such as this?
Thanks, Doug.
Well, I was taking a
Why? Why would you post that?
Yeah, it's better than a beer bottle in a shower.
Frank, do you like chocolate bunnies?
That might be one of the better ones we got.
Why don't you go post some other pictures for my Instagram, KG?
I like the
His
Potter
name is
one.
G-Unit's CPAP machine going off in the background during Pick 6. It's in the Hunchback of Von Cass.
He's always at a dumpster behind Babes.
But he's not
Question, what
fat.
if I, Iggy, would have won? Doug, I just read what's in the teleprompter. Question, what if Iggy would have won? All right, that's what it would
What if,
what
Iggy
if you would have won?
Would you have expected everyone to pay you?
I expected to pay myself.
Would you expect the other people to pay you?
Well, yeah, if they were in charge of paying.
If they were in charge of paying. If you had come out on top on this betting game, you would have wanted everyone to pay you, right?
Yeah.
But then there would have been no way to say that he did or did not pay because he would have won. He would have been the victor.
Right.
Do you not listen to what we said earlier?
Not that much, no.
I really had nothing to do with this pick six.
Let it out. Really let it have it.
You go back and listen to the tape. I said, I'm not playing this year.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie, a great guy.
Right.
Said, I want to do the same as last year. Figgy will play.
Sure he did.
So I said, I'll play because Jamie's asking
We're
me.
in because he asked, yeah.
It's the only reason, because Jamie's a great man.
That was it.
He asked me to play, I'll play. Other than that, I would have never played.
No, you wouldn't have. You just set it out.
I'm not going to pay $250 to play in that
too much.
dumbass thing.
Silly game. That's a lot of money for
Where
guys
the guy,
like you and me.
The guy running it is going to find some way to screw it up.
I don't think I bet $250 on anything total in my life.
Is that right? Wow.
I'm not that great at gambling anyway. When I know I'm going to put together teasers every week. So why would I pay to finish last or second to last in that thing when I know I'm not that great at gambling?
Does fantasy sports count as gambling?
Yeah.
Well, then I have, because that's $100 every year to play baseball.
I'm excited again for the Bleeding Anuses. Have a different strategy going forward.
Yeah, different strategy this year.
You bought that magazine at the airport.
Yeah, that's the thing. I got that mag, and I go, whoa, I'm doing it all wrong. So nobody
what
else
were you
can
doing
get this
wrong?
information.
What were you doing wrong? Share.
Drafting really poorly and trying to, I don't know, trying to peacock around like I know what I'm doing. Now I'm going to go more strategy-based.
Yeah, at least they'll let you bring it on the airplane.
What now?
Everything I bought, I had to put in my luggage to throw away.
Oh, I thought you said Lisa let me bring it on the airplane.
At least they let you bring it on the plane.
What'd you try to get on the plane?
Well, my Blue Mountain coffee was in my carry bag. They said, you got to check that. I said, why? Well, you can't bring it on the plane. I said, well, you're going to take my bag right now, right, and check it? Yeah. What if I go through duty free and I buy a pound of coffee to take home? Well, that's different. What's different about it?
Yeah, what's different?
So I had to check that. Then I bought a Ting and a glass and a bottle of water, and that you can't bring that on the plane. Well, I can't bring it on the plane. Everybody else is walking on with bottles of water.
Yeah, that's weird. What was that all about?
I had to throw away my Ting.
What is it? What is Ting exactly?
It's like Fresca.
Yeah, it's like
So it's like an off-brand Tang?
lemon lime soda.
Oh.
It's big in Jamaica. I enjoy it myself.
I had the one that was pretty good.
I had to throw it away.
That's weird.
And you gave away your quarter zip.
Well,
that was
that's
weird.
just because I didn't want to carry it anymore.
You lost more than you got back on this trip.
Yeah, I did.
Get it back with Tommy Sabolka. That's where you can get everything back. Doug?
Yeah, he's good at giving back.
He is. 314-428-3900 or email him at tommy.cibulka@vipautoaccessories.com. VIP Auto Accessories, your one-stop full-service shop for all your auto accessory needs. They do van and truck upfitting for commercial fleet vehicles, provide graphic solutions for vehicles, retail office space, floors, windows, and more, and have a full array of public safety solutions, including for EMS and police fleets. VIP is now a full-service operation, providing top-quality service and the ability to get it done now. VIP's one-stop shop will save you time and hassle. Go to VIPAutoAccessories.com or call Tommy Sabolka, 314-428-3900, or email him at tommy.cibulka@VIPAutoAccessories.com. Munganast St. Louis Acura works with them, and Design Air Heating and Cooling works with them as well. It's VIP Auto Accessories, and you should probably take some time and think about it. If anybody has anything they would like to say, I am going to be distracted for 30 seconds logging into my email. The floor, I yield the floor to the gentleman from Canton, from Sunset Hills, from Maryland Heights, and from Olivet.
All right.
Doug, have you seen the Bill Russell documentary?
I have not.
I didn't know there was one.
No, there's supposed to be a phenomenal one on Netflix.
Do they point out the fact that he couldn't play in today's game?
I have not. I'm actually
That
going.
golf one debuts tomorrow, which is going to be
wait for that.
Yeah, that's going to be huge. The behind the scenes of last year.
But the Bill Russell
I got a
had.
funny feeling that is going to be boring.
Bill Russell?
No, the golf one. I think I'm with Iggy again on this.
Only because the fact that these players aren't going to let you come and film them behind the scenes if they're going to say something derogatory toward LIV, toward other players, toward the PGA Tour. I don't think they're going to open up and.
Well, does it have to be derogatory to be interesting?
Yeah, I think so.
Shot at the media in 2023.
It has to be negative?
I don't want to see
Every
Justin Thomas working on a swing and then go get an ice cream cone with Justin Spieth.
Well, you don't know if that's what it is.
I'd like to see that, by the way.
Well, it's his brother, Justin.
Well, I listened to this podcast with Spieth and Fowler last week. Doug, it's Colton Nose podcast and the Sleazy Man.
Yeah.
You ever listen to Colton Nose and the Sleazy Man?
No, I don't.
And they had Fowler and Spieth on last week. And they got a chance to see episode 1, and they said that they were with us everywhere. They got stuff that we wanted them to get, and they got stuff that they didn't. And then they said Spieth was asked if he would continue to watch. He goes, nah, I don't really want to, because episode 2 is just like Brooks and Jenna at their house. So I don't know what the hell's going on there. Brooks Koepka and Jenna Sims.
Right, just hanging out at the house.
You think maybe she gets naked?
I'd be surprised.
I would doubt that. Well, that doesn't sound terribly exciting. I guess if you were a golf nerd and you like to hear these guys talk about every little facet of their golf game, maybe you'd find that interesting.
I think they want to take from like the Drive to Survive series about the F1.
100%.
That's kind of where they're going with it. But like I'm with Iggy to where I think the PGA Tour and its players, rightfully so, are a little bit more buttoned up and have a little bit more time emotionally to, not say something ridiculous as opposed to being on the racetrack or something where the interviews happen right after an accident. Your emotions are running high. I don't think you'll have those types of sound bites. I am going to watch every second of it glued to my TV. But I think with Iggy, I don't think it'll be as entertaining as what we would like.
No. Well, they're in a sport where you don't trash talk your opponent, where decorum,
that's what we wanna
honesty,
see.
and
That's my
behavior is a big part of the sport.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be kind of boring.
But you have one of the more significant, take golf out of the equation, divisions going on that has socioeconomic, global political implications with LIV and Saudi Arabia and the decisions. And as Spieth, I think, said, he goes, I'm anxious to see the guys who this time last year were saying they would never go to LIV, what went on to get them to change their money.
Bigger
their
paychecks.
money. And of course, money being, but then like that and how they rationalized that. So anyway, either way, I'm looking forward to watching it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. Valentine's Day, a day of love. And I love that Tim is perfect. Anyway, if I'm Greg Olson, I am taking preventative measures in Nancy Kerriganing Tom Brady. But I'm not taking him out at the knee. No, sir. I am paying a henchman to urinate on him.
Oh.
It's been well documented that kind of incident really affects a guy. Brady will be telling unbelievable tall tales and partially sexually satisfying other men's wives in his abode. But this email is about life goals, and I like to set my goals as obtainable. So my Valentine's Day goal is to make my tongue start off at Doug's knee and slowly work my way up to the good stuff.
All right, that's enough.
It's from a girl.
Who was it?
Brooke. Middle initial is N, and then the last name is Rubbers.
Brooke in Roberts. Suspended. Suspended a period of 2 days' time. No, it doesn't feel very good. But your name is going into the suspension logule.
You want to talk about a city headed in the wrong direction? Well, keep St. Louis out your damn mouth. We have a professional team in the fastest growing sport in America starting in less than a month. And I guess you conveniently missed Shaq's Big Chicken restaurant coming to the Lou. Oh, you want to talk about leadership willing to take risks for the betterment of the region? How about putting chips in on round 3 of the XFL? Caw. And this doesn't even consider the hundreds of millions from Kroenke to put us farther ahead as the best damn city in the world. Where is that money? What will it be used for? Well, we haven't quite figured that out yet.
No.
But I do believe in it. That's from Connor McDard.
Connor McDard.
This tale is about getting pissed on while hiding in a tree, but here's a cute little Valentine's Day story. Most days, I take a recreational at work around 2 p.m., as you know. I start... Doug, how do you know?
Yeah, we all know that.
We don't know, and we shouldn't. Get yourself regular.
I start feeling lazy and don't want to stand up from the toilet because I know work is waiting for me at my desk, so I often scroll the fan page for a while before wiping my dirt star.
Oh.
Another reason I delay my wipe is because I enjoy the squishy sensation between my cheeks.
Don't need to hear this stuff.
I need to feel the filth. Sometimes I'll absent-mindedly forget to wipe altogether and don't realize it until I get back to my desk and I hear a little noise when I sit down. A noise like melting ice cream falling on the pavement.
Oh.
Splat, splat. Does this ever happen to you? Do you ever forget to wipe your chocolate spout and accidentally smush the leather mud into your undies?
Spout.
Oh, by the way, I'm running a cute little promotion this month to see who will get to spend 4 days and 3 nights inside my back door hole. Just type in the promo code ASSPORT and you could be selected to enter me. I'm only picking 25 winners for this all-inclusive trip to my brown town.
Jackson,
So
let this get through.
Don't delay. Happy Valentine's Day. It's a JV Golf Coach.
Just hideous.
It's a filtered file.
Just
An all-inclusive trip to Browntown.
JV Golf Coach with a hideous email.
That was really good.
It wasn't good.
I can't get into my phone to read the script for this live read, so I'll just have to wing it. This Valentine's Day, just break up with your significant other and save your money. Then make an afternoon of it at the masturbation station, scouring the dark web for leaked unseen videos of genionics and farming bread. I'm digging into the likelihood of Iggy's water sports tales. I stumbled upon a webpage with stats on getting peed on while hiding in the bushes. The chances of getting peed on while hiding are 1 in 15,000. The odds of getting peed on multiple times while hiding is even less. However, there are some Hoosier activities that put you at greater risk for being peed on, such as throwing rocks at older kids on Halloween, smoking in the bathroom, wearing oversized quarter zips with no undershirt, pooping on a picnic table, banging married women in public parks, banging unmarried but otherwise attached women in their own homes when their boyfriends get home early, hiding in the kitchen of a stoner bored op who pees in his own sink, making mud tracks on a fairway when it's cart path only, and then hiding in the bushes at the oldest public golf course west of the Mississippi when Cletus is playing. Squirting isn't pee. Fight me. That's from Buck Swope.
Oh, Buck Swope with an angry little email.
And finally, good morning and happy Valentine's Day. There's two things I've always said. First, confidence comes with sports. And second, always, and I mean always, barter when buying junk in Jamaica. Did I do any bartering? Now, why the hell would you ask me something like that, Doug? Well, if you must know, I didn't have time to save myself some money by doing the thing I just said you should always do. Nope, I spent my final 48 hours in paradise trying to impress a girl who wouldn't spit on me if I were on fire in her bedroom by skipping a couple rounds of free golf at a beautiful island resort with my best friends so I could take a cab into the city to track down an ever-elusive, hard-to-find gas station T-shirt that Carly jokingly said she wanted after I sent her an unsolicited DM to inform her that I'd be taking some time away from commenting on her social media posts because I'd be traveling to Jamaica on holiday. So pardon the hell out of me, Doug, for doing the chivalrous thing by wasting 2/3 of my vacation on the hunt for a trinket that could have been purchased online and shipped to her home for $3 because I assumed she was serious when she replied 4 days later saying she'd always dreamt of owning an authentic Jamaican airbrush bikini. Thanks. That's from a wrestling segment where a distracted Larry waits on hold for an hour to painstakingly discuss a topic nobody is interested in while The Price is Right players on volume 200 in the background.
Wrestling segment. He's new.
That's what we have.
Oh, that's it?
For the Design Air heating and cooling email today.
Yeah.
What you got?
Well, I had a strong check mark next to Connor McDard. But I have to go with the last guy. Wrestling segment gets my vote.
JV Golf Coach.
Wrestling segment. Congratulations, you have won.
Nice.
You have won the Design Air heating and cooling email of the day.
But you did get the T-shirt. You got it done.
Yeah, what did she say when you gave it to her?
Are you ignoring us now?
No, I was actually trying to find the text from Carly, but I'm not going to find it.
Well, what did she say?
Well, I just wanted to bring up the text where she asked me to find her a shirt.
But when you got the shirt, what did she say?
You get a hell of a lot of text, bro.
She thanked me for it.
That's it?
Yes.
You get a date out of it or anything?
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
This show is, I don't know what's happened today.
Well-
I couldn't wait till 10 o'clock came today.
Yeah.
This show is just
Well, it's not a good show. We know that. We
You
like
want
to
to have your spirits lifted and go do a balloon party with me for an hour?
No, I don't.
Talk to Curbs about the Blues and Panthers today?
Other than playoffs, I haven't seen a game in 6 years.
All right. Doug, I put my best offer on the table.
Yeah.
Not much else we can offer.
Take the
I'll
deal.
go home and finish watching Black Sails.
Black Sails.
What's that
It's
about?
a great show. It's been off for about 4 years now, but 4 nice little seasons of 10 episodes about pirates in the Bahamas. Back in the old days.
Yeah.
Blackbeard and Long John Silver. And,
Come on.
yeah, it's
Is that really a guy?
It's fascinating. It's
Any nudity?
Oh yeah, some top-notch.
That was a lock.
Some top-notch nudity.
Oh really?
I thought when it's a show I hadn't heard of, there's got to be nudity.
Yeah, but it's a great show. The
Is this
guy
on
who,
HBO? Where is it?
No, it's on Netflix. It used to be on Stars, but now it's on. You can get Stars on Hulu. The guy who was in. You ever watch Shameless?
Yeah, you told me to watch it. We watched a few seasons.
The simp guy with the long hair that ended up.
A lot of simps.
He ended up.
Yeah, with the white beater
having
on.
sex.
Fabio?
Having the sex with the old lady who wouldn't go out of her house.
Oh yeah. He's in it, or
He
the old
showed
lady?
showed his dong.
Nice, Doug.
I mean, he was a sex maniac. He had so much sex.
Sounds like you're reading.
But he
from Rotten
played
Tomatoes.
he played Vane the pirate in this.
Vane.
Jeremy Allen White.
Long hair, deep voice.
In the
Say he's the main vein.
Doug, after you get done with your sound story today, you ought to go home and watch Black Sails.
I don't think I will. I don't think I'll have time.
Well, it's a fun little series. Only four seasons, 10 episodes each. So.
That's a lot. Each episode, what, an hour?
Compared to Senior Cielo.
That's 40 hours a season times 4 seasons. I haven't got that kind of time.
That's 40 hours. I can knock that out in a week.
All right, there you go. So there's a television show recommendation here at the tail end of the presentation. Jackson and I are going to go deal with it. Get you ready for these Blues and Panthers. Probably have some clips from John Mozeliak's press conference as his contract extension was announced at 9 a.m. St. Louis time. And in addition to that, your mic drops and your texts coming up on 101 ESPN. Doug's got a sound story. You can book yours at mysoundstory.com. Get those dogs, T-shirts, and hoodies at TMASTLshop.com for the Plowhawk, for Action Jacks, for Kenneth Iggy Strode, for my brother Kevin, for Douglas Owen Vaughn, I'm Tim McKernan, this is Ben, Brian Kelly, Morning After, from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPN.